At California Psychics, we know that sometimes you can wake up thinking,
I don't know if I'm in the right career. Ew. Or the right relationship.
But whatever your life dilemma, at California Psychics, we'll give you the guidance you need to feel certain about your life choices. And because we only connect you with the very best, we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, whether you rent or own, whether you live in an apartment, a house, a condo, whatever, you hope that you have cool neighbors. A woman in Texas, she does have cool neighbors. When she went out of town, her neighbors kept an eye on her house, and that's why they sent her a photo of another woman breaking into her home and stealing stuff. And I know what you're thinking. Well, sure, maybe they could have intervened or stopped her or, I don't know, called the police, but they got a picture of the suspect. Meanwhile, in Nantucket, a man put his house on the market, highlighted, quote, sweeping views of the Atlantic Ocean. And that is true, because the douchebag selling the house cut down 16 trees on his neighbor's property. They were 30-foot trees that were 50 years old, but they blocked his view of the water. And as you might imagine, his neighbor is not happy about his decision. It could be worse, though. Guy in Pennsylvania, he got into an argument with his neighbor and ended up getting hit over the head with a crowbar. In Florida, a man, he's facing charges after he shot his neighbor's pregnant cow. And a man in West Virginia, he just straight up shot his neighbor. Good times, good times. But today we're talking about neighbors, past or present, and that thing or interaction that you'll always remember, good or bad. These were all bad examples, but sometimes you have good neighbors. Sometimes you have my neighbor. So today's question, we want to know, brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration, who was your most memorable neighbor and why?
Be part of the big show. Call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This summer, chill out with Klosstaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klosstaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klosstaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klosstaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
So, Charles, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,354. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, the exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Steve, I don't know how you do it, but you find people doing bad things in the news. You bring us 3 stories each week. It is up to us to determine out of those 3 stories which one sucks the least. Is there a theme to Who Sucks Less today?
Yeah, love and sex. Love and sex. You know, we got
So you didn't do the traffic thing?
What's that?
You didn't do the traffic thing? Trying to get into work today?
Oh, Jesus. I debated it, but I realized I was still just fuming. Look, man, I live 9 miles away from the station, and it is a straight line. I basically live on one side of 5, and the office is downtown, straight shot. A bunch of crap going on this morning with the kids, this, that, and the other. I'm like, no worries. I'll just Uber into work. I got this, baby. $70.
$70. $70?
What? Yeah, man, I just cannot explain how irritated maybe. So I text my wife. And
Did they put that before you got in the car? I mean, did it say ride $70?
No.
Did you get like a big Ford Explorer or some kind of like,
No, man, I was in a
specialty
Prius.
Okay,
And the thing is, so my wife and our Uber accounts are on the same thing, right? So if she Ubers, pops up on my phone. If I Uber, whatever. So called Uber, immediately get a text from her. She's like, that's a $70 ride. I'm like,
what is it normally? Do you know?
I don't know, but the fact that she had to reach out says it ain't that much. And we did get in a little early, so maybe it's
35, 40.
But even then, so I texted her back and said, all right, how much was our Uber from the hotel to the Orlando airport? Because that was a much longer distance than this were. $36. Mm-hmm. It's a Seattle thing.
It took me 25 minutes to get 2 blocks.
2 blocks.
Downtown on 5.
So the problem
I'm
is,
just like, and this weekend's going to suck even more because they're closing down the Ship Canal Bridge.
Yep.
So that is going to be a
and
mess.
5 north at 90 up to 45th.
That is correct.
Exactly, all the way up to Wallingford.
And my thing is, my wife's telling me this yesterday, and I go, look, Seattle notoriously just closes down freeways to do the thing. I get it. Summertime is when you got to do most of it because the weather's so wet. But I said, are they going to do this again next year? I feel like this is every year. It's one thing if you do all this and you buy 10 years, you go, all right, cool, we get it. There's a bit of a headache, but we got a 10-year fix. Here, I'm like, they do all this crap, and I swear to God, like the next year, they're working on the same thing again.
I'm not trying to get on a diatribe, but when we
Too late!
I've lived in Fremont for the entire time I've been here, or Wallingford for a while. Either way, I have had to use those bridges.
Yeah.
To get over the canal all that time. So when it gets above about 87 degrees, all right, they can't use those bridges normally.
What do you mean?
They overheat and they expand. All right. They have to let them cool down. So basically, they can't go up and down as much, and sometimes they just need to let them rest. Okay. And they let them rest in the up position. So, so basically, you can't get across the damn thing. So
sometimes I think they get stuck like that.
They do. And that's what they're trying to avoid.
Ballard did last week, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm. That was word on the street.
Yeah, they closed the exit right in front of my house, which has been a nightmare. I mean, it is what it is. We're all stuck in it. If you drive in this town, you know.
But I swear to God,
we're not alone.
I swear to God, there's 50 more thousand people since COVID that have moved into Seattle. I'm telling you, I've never seen it this crazy busy.
I mean, truthfully,
it's insane.
The highways just aren't built for the amount of people.
Yeah.
They're not.
It gets down to 2 lanes downtown. Like they just can't handle it. So to answer your question, yes, they will be doing it next summer.
Yay!
Good times. Who sucks last? Cut up at 4:30. Nothing to do with the traffic in Seattle.
Nothing. Just had to get that out of our system.
Just we had to go there for a minute.
Well, all week I've been telling Mike on Saturday when we come back from Bremerton.
Yeah.
So we'll be out there Saturday at the Tracyton Movie House.
That's exactly right.
2 to 5
That's
in
right.
Bremerton.
I think we have live music.
We do.
Did I just hear that in a commercial? I had no idea. I had no idea. Woodshed's playing, is that right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
When did you guys find out?
I didn't know that.
Well, last week, and then definitely the email.
Oh.
We didn't get an email.
You guys weren't on the email?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate for you.
Seriously. What email?
Yeah, honest to God, like I didn't know.
I didn't know either. You
Okay, all right. All right. Mike
Miles
well,
at the
thank you
break
guys
goes,
for playing.
Hey, man, I just heard a commercial. I'm pretty sure
There's a
he
band
said
there.
we have live music. I'm like, where? He said in Bremerton. I'm like, where we're going to be. He goes, yeah. I'm like, who's the band? He said, Woodshed. I'm like, that's awesome of them. I wish we'd known so that we could promote
Well, we
this
do know
band.
now.
Yeah.
We know now.
So
I'm sorry,
Woodshed,
continue,
thank
Jeff.
you.
Yes, continue. Go ahead.
You were saying something?
Yeah.
Coming back. But I was just, like, for 2 days, I've been saying, Mike, I'm just going to drive. On the way back, I'm smart. I'm going to cut up Capitol Hill and cut up the back way to where I live. And today I realized Capitol Hill block party's going on this weekend.
Oh, is it really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Now you'll be stuck in traffic. Wow.
All right.
I'm hoping to ride with you now.
You'll be stuck in traffic with me.
But you're right. The Men's Room World Tour,
Carpool lane.
20th anniversary season. We've been here for 20 years, 2 till 5 at the Tracy Movie House in Bremerton. We just found out we're going to have live music.
Thank you, Woodshed.
We appreciate that. Men's Room IPA will be there. We got the Men's Room beer brats. We're going to hang out. It's an all-ages show, by the way, too. So if you want to bring your kids, stop on by. They got video games. You can show them what an arcade game looks like.
Uh-huh.
They'll be like, what is this, Dad? Like, when I was a kid, this is what we had. And when we went home, the games were worse, but we still liked them and we still played them.
You know what
The
sucks?
graphics were terrible. The games were terrible.
You know what sucks,
but we
though,
liked it.
about the loss of the arcade in every given mall is that, especially if you're a parent and it is summer and your kids are home, like they're home and they're only home and they're not like with the arcade. It was like, hey, Mom, Dad, can I go to the arcade? They're like, please, God, yes.
Yes.
Here is
You need two
$25.
things.
Go.
You need two things. You need a movie theater and you need a Spencer's. You want to bring back malls? That's it.
That's all you got to do.
That's it.
And put an arcade in
That's
there.
it. Maybe a pretzel place or something like that.
Was that
You know?
Annie's?
Yeah, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I never really got them, but they kind of used to. It's an institution, like a Sparrow pizza. Got to put those in there. It should be a requirement. It should be a law.
And Annie's is great.
And Annie's. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. She was an aunt. Seriously, in Amish country. Made pretzels. Took them to the Amish markets. They started putting them in malls.
She wasn't a mother, just an aunt.
You know,
That's sad.
I'd have to look
I'm
into
just
that.
saying, because everyone's like an aunt. I'm like, okay, well, she's also a sister. Why wasn't a sister, whatever? Sister Annie's.
She was famous as an aunt for making pretzels.
Okay.
Men's Room World Tour
wrong with Sister
Saturday.
Annie's, Mike?
If you were in the Bremerton area, stop on by between 2 and 5. We're going to have a good time. We have live music. It's free. How about all that? God,
Woodshed's playing.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you, Woodshed.
Awesome. All right.
Hey, Woodshed, do yourself a favor. The next time they say, hey, man, would you like to play this gig? And you guys are kind enough to do so, make sure you email us directly to let us know.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be doing it. Because we found out in a commercial.
Woodshed.
Sister Annie's.
Joining us on stage.
Come on, Mike.
It's going to be a good
Go
time.
with me to Sister Annie's.
All right.
Should I go eat at Sister Annie's?
You know it's going to be good.
Sister Annie's?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the food's going to be good, man. It's
Yeah.
just an assumption.
I feel like it's not as pretzel heavy.
What's the...
I'm going to say Sister Annie. This is what we call positive racism.
Well, yeah.
Wanna
What's
go
the
to
name-
Sister?
what-
Yes.
What's the name of that place in Baltimore where the food's fantastic? Where they do a mishmash of like Southern culture, black food, and Jewish food. It's got a chick's name to it. It's
Chick's name. I'm not.
Shoot, I know what you're talking about, though.
It's like it's like I don't know.
Where is it?
It almost sounds like it's in Inner Harbor. There are 3 or 4 locations. It's like
Soul food
It's
with
like
a Jewish
Oh, is it
deli?
like Miss Sarah's? Or
no, it's like
something
Miss Sweet Baby, something.
Yes,
like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's got that name to it. Like, oh, I'm eating that.
It's in a place called Lockwood Place, Mike, and I can't think of the name. Lockwood Place on the water.
Lockwood Place.
Yeah, I mean, you know the food's going to be
It's
good.
definitely a black woman's name.
Oh,
for the
yeah.
most part.
Highland Soul Restaurant.
No, that ain't it.
Come on now. Burger Soul, no. Hang
Burger
on.
Soul.
Something with a J. It's not like Jamil's, but it's something close to that. It's like a woman's name. I just can't remember what the hell
It's
it
not
is.
Sarah. It's
I
can't remember.
whatever. Anyway, if you're there, go there. Yeah. On to the question. We're going to talk about memorable neighbors today. Some neighbors can be memorable in good ways, others in bad ways. And unfortunately, once you sign that lease, you're pretty well in for the length of it.
What are you going to do? You
Yeah.
can't do
The
anything.
worst thing that could possibly happen is, God forbid, you buy a place and the people next door move in, or the people that are already there move in, are a pain in the ass. I've had that situation before. It's a lot easier when you're in an apartment. You can just say, well, eventually, hopefully, they'll leave, or I'll leave, or
One of the
whatever the deal is. But
I've lucked out so far. So our closest neighbor, fantastic guy. Thank you for letting me borrow your ladder yesterday, even though I hated life.
what about the neighbor that thought you were blaring loud music, or
Oh, the crazy lady. That was in Baltimore.
Then her son came over and tried to beat
son-in-law.
your ass.
Yeah, so this was in Baltimore. There's a little condo there, and I got a knock on my door, maybe 8:30 in the morning or something. I don't know who this guy is. Fairly large guy, and he's like, My mother-in-law says you're blasting music. Well, his mother-in-law turns out a very old woman who lived on the other side of the wall from me. I'm like, your mother-in-law can tell you anything she wants. I don't really blast loud music here. So she keeps hearing it in the middle of the night. My brother, I work overnights. I am at work from midnight to 6 a.m. All right? So if someone's blasting loud music in my apartment, first of all, that's creepy for me. But also, it ain't me. That's all I'm telling you. Well, he does not believe me. So his final words to me were just, well, if my mother-in-law has a problem, then I've got a problem. And if I've got a problem, you've got a problem. I'm like, I don't have any problems, bitch. Close the door on him, right? F you, right? Whatever. Not worried about it. So about 2 weeks goes by or something like this, and now her daughter knocks on my door. I open the door. There's the daughter. I've never met her either. And it was very kind. She said, look, I want to apologize for my husband. I said, if that bitch stepped in my apartment, I'd have knocked his ass out. You don't have to apologize. Looking for an ass whipping? That's what's going to happen. She goes, no. We were in church, and my mother said, there's the music that I hear in the middle of the night. There was no music playing. They realized it was the air conditioning in the church.
Kicking on.
And in her mind, so the daughter pieced together that, okay, that's what's going on, because it was summertime. I do remember that. That's what's going on in her place. And I'm like, look, man, it's all cool. I said, I've got no problem because I wasn't blaring music. You being wrong is not my issue. I said, your husband was my goddamn issue. He's the mofo that's come over to apologize. And she kind of smiled. And I told him the same thing. He wasn't going to do it. I'm like, look, it'd have been water under the bridge if he knocked on my door. But I'm like, I don't want to see him.
By the way,
it was an SE way to handle it.
Name of the place is Miss Shirley's.
Miss Shirley's.
Miss Shirley's.
Yes.
Miss Shirley's Cafe.
Yep.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Miss Shirley.
Yeah, my mom, on the other hand, was too nice. So I went back to visit her around Christmas once, the apartment she's living in. And the kid upstairs is just dribbling a basketball.
Could have been my son.
Right, but it's not a very well put together.
So you're hearing. Well, it doesn't matter. You're dribbling a basketball, you're going to hear it, even if it's a well built building.
Right. So I mean, it's like her bedroom was like rattling.
Right.
And then I don't want to speculate. I don't know what was going on, but it didn't appear the parents were home a ton.
Okay.
So the kid doesn't know any better. But after 2 days of this, it's constant. So I said, we're going to walk up there. No. I said, let's just walk up there. So I talked to the guy, and I just said, hey, like, I get it. The kid, he wants to play ball. I said, can you get, like, a rubber ball? Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They went out and bought a rubber ball.
See, and
it was fine.
That's it. Problem solved.
Right, right. Same thing. I didn't
But you didn't threaten it.
I didn't say you're going to have a problem or anything. I just said, my mother's way too nice to complain, but it is very loud. Oh, yeah. But, they didn't really think about it. But, sure. Same thing. I didn't go, I'm going to kick your ass or you're going to have a problem.
And that's the way to handle it. The way you did it, like, just ask. And the whole thing is, I was like, dude, it's not me. I am not home. I work the overnight at a radio station. So I'm not saying loud music is not being played out of my place. I'm just saying it's not me and someone's breaking in specifically to play loud music. Like, that's the only other conclusion.
I did have a neighbor when I lived in Belltown. The first year I was there, I'm still like 28, 29. And I was the bad neighbor. And she would complain, right? It would get loud. But then, like, I just stopped doing it or whatever. But same thing, like, somebody above me had left. But I don't know if their kids had keys, but they would throw parties up there. And say, I kept getting blamed for it. And I was like, listen, I heeded the warning.
Sure.
Right? Like, I have stopped that activity or whatever. But she kept complaining, and then finally the same thing. One day she knocked on my door, and I just said, you are more than welcome to step in. And she was like, oh, it is upstairs. And then the best part of that, so then we were I lived there for 8 years. We got along fine after the first year. But the other funny thing is I would generally smoke in the place. And she would always say, I don't know what it is. My cat just loves your dog. She would walk the cat without a leash in the hallway. And you open the door, that cat would always be like, hey, can I come in? Can I get in? Yeah, that cat was ready to toke.
Detach me.
I had an apartment in Hagerstown, Maryland. And it was probably 10 units in this one building. But it was a main entranceway. And then there were steps that were visible that you could walk in and walk up if you wanted to. There was also an elevator in there. It did not matter. I do not know who the tenant was. I do not know what they were cooking. It was every afternoon. And it was horrible. The smell.
What did it smell like?
I mean, if they invited you to dinner, you would just flat out say, no,
I'm not going to do that.
no, I'm not coming over. I don't know what it was.
Is it like chitlins? Or
I don't know what
liver?
it was. I don't. Well,
Liver and chitlins?
Liver, I can distinctly pick out.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
far as a smell, I don't know what the hell they were cooking. I mean, I just was like, "You're going to eat that? Whatever you just made, you were going to eat."
You should have
that.
knocked on the door. I'm not asking what you
It
made,
was so heavy.
but are you going to eat what I smell?
I mean, there were times where I'd walk in, like, seriously, put my shirt over my heart and walk in like, "God, I'm hungry. You're going to eat that?"
Did you ever see the people?
No, I had no idea who the family was. No idea who the person was. I was just like, where are you buying this stuff? I mean, I've gone to the grocery store. There's never a warning on food, right, man? Just so you know.
Smells bad.
God. Who is your most memorable neighbor in a good way or a bad way, and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This summer, chill out with Klosstaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klosstaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klosstaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klosstaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Oh, my God. All right. Let's head to Texas. A woman in Texas was away on a trip when her neighbors sent her photos of a woman allegedly stealing from her home. Mm-hmm. Now, we're assuming the woman called police. But she also posted the pictures of the thief to a community Facebook page and said, anyone know who this trash is? Robbing my house? When I'm out of town? All that is mine. Even the bike. Well, the thief somehow saw the post. Did not like being called names. She apparently responded saying, people need to mind their own business. This woman called me trash in her Facebook post just because I broke into her house and stole some stuff. She don't even know me, but thinks it's okay to call me trash.
Yeah.
That thief's name is Misty Cape, or Misty Criddle, and she's wanted for theft of property value between $2,500 and $30,000.
Jesus.
And it sounds like the police are still trying to track her down. But someone else claiming to be Misty's mother said on Facebook that she was only getting back the stuff that was hers. Who knows? But Misty did say in her comments that she broke in and stole the stuff.
I admit to breaking into your house and stealing your stuff, but you called me trash. I also like that she says people should mind their own business. Well, that's kind of the exact opposite of what you just did.
That is my
Correct.
business.
My business is my home. Jesus.
And you stole from my business. Who was your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, my story has it starts out sad, but it has a happy ending. For years, I threw a huge 4th of July party. I had a huge backyard, a deck. We'd have kegs of beer, a band playing. People would bring their tents, stay overnight. And the next door neighbor, he would come every year. And then this one year, he wasn't able to come, but he said, "Go ahead and use my backyard for tents," so people weren't drinking and driving and whatnot. So I'm inside the house with my best friend, and we're splitting up this giant bag of mushrooms.
My man.
And we hear this huge explosion. I mean, it like shook inside the house. Like, what in the F was that? So go outside. People are screaming. Well, it turns out a friend of a friend brought a pipe bomb and dug a hole in my neighbor's yard, put it in the hole, surrounded it with firewood, and detonated it without letting anybody. My whole backyard, there are probably 60, 70 people back there. And this thing goes off. Well, my neighbor from across the street, because all my neighbors came to the party because it was just loud.
Sure.
Great big bear of a man. Well, a piece of shrapnel hit him in the shin.
Oh, my God.
Breaking his shin into multiple pieces and coming out the back of his leg with a chunk of flesh missing.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was bad. And so, of course, 911, we call, and of course the mushrooms are starting to kick in. And cops, paramedics, fire trucks, the entire street is just covered in flashing lights. The cops come, I have to talk to them. I'm standing there talking to them, and these are some of the strongest mushrooms I've ever taken in my life to this day. And I'm trying to talk to these cops, and they're getting my neighbor out of the yard, and it's like, oh my God, cannot believe this just happened. Finally, so he's in the hospital for weeks. We were there for about another 6 months before we sold the house and moved out of the neighborhood. He still wasn't home. He had to go live with relatives. Jeez. And he had 2 teenage kids as well. He was a single father.
What exactly was the damage?
Really sad.
Did they arrest the guy that did this?
You know what? That's a weird thing. Is that at the time when the cops were there, we didn't know exactly who did it. I had my suspicions. As soon as the cops left, the guy came up to me and told me it was him, and he took responsibility and said, "Hey, man, you're going to have to talk to the cops." But when the cops were there, they told me that if this had happened any other day than the 4th of July, that they wouldn't leave until they had arrested somebody. But because it was the 4th of July, they just kind of let it go, which I thought was crazy.
It's crazy, but I get the point.
How big was the hole in your neighbor's yard? Did you have to fill it in?
No, he just dug. It was. I don't know how big it was before the bomb went off, but it was just maybe a foot across and a foot deep.
Okay. What is the actual damage to the guy that got his shin messed up? Because you said you guys moved 6 months later. He had to live with relatives. Yeah. What was the actual injury?
He wasn't back after 6 months. And you know what the guy did for a living? He was a linesman. He worked for the power company climbing telephone poles.
Jesus, God.
So that career, he wasn't doing that ever again. So I guess he had to, the casting was so bad that he couldn't even be in a wheelchair. He had to lay on one of those boards that mechanics lay on and scooch around the house.
Damn.
Flat on his back. Yeah. Anyway, so it was terrible. I felt terrible. Nicest guy in the world. But so I fast forward about 4 or 5 years. Of all places, I run into him in a hospital. I go, I still felt terrible. Steve, I'm so sorry. God, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And he's like, Tim, you know what? Best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm like, really? How's that? And he's like, well, they put me in an office, so I don't have 18 hours out in the snow every time it snows. I don't have to climb those damn poles anymore. Kept my same pay grade. Get paid more to do this than anybody else in the office. Pension, all that kind of stuff. And I knew he sued my homeowner's insurance and got $300,000. But what I learned that day is he also sued the neighbor who let me use his yard for $300,000, and he got $400,000 out of the guy that actually lit the pipe bomb.
Damn.
So he ended up with a cool mill, and this was like in the early '90s. So $1 million meant a lot more back then.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's like, he had the 2 teenage kids, and he's like, I paid off my house. My oldest son just graduated from college without a penny of student loans. My daughter's graduating in 2 years. She won't have a penny in student loans. I'm completely debt-free. I had no idea how I was going to put these kids through college. So, Tim, it really kind of worked out for me.
How was it with the old neighbor, though? I mean,
because he got docked 300.
Where he got docked 300.
He didn't do anything.
He wasn't there.
But the bomb was set off on his property. And he had given us permission to be on the property. So
let me rephrase. I would have a hard.
That's why.
Right, but
he didn't know you were going to blow up a bomb.
Correct.
I didn't know we were going to blow up a bomb.
He was busy tripping on mushrooms.
I just feel like the neighbor should have been dinged for this. He was just being nice.
But you know,
I know, but it was just homeowners insurance that got dinged, so nothing came out of his pocket. It was just a hassle for him, more than anything.
Well, your insurance is going to go up.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, that's one inherent truth with anything.
It didn't actually go up that much, though. Yeah.
Well, good. I mean, but that's what happens when you let people use your property. Right? If anything, even if it's their own negligence, it comes back on you. They even said, like a burglar could sue you because they were going to a porch fire. They trip up your stairs and bust their chin because you had a loose brick or something, right? And they bash out all their teeth. They could sue you because your property, if your property is actually at risk or it wasn't up to the standard, like, hey, man, you had loose pavers on your stairs. Yes, this guy was going to break into your house, but he stepped on the paver on your property that you're supposed to maintain, and he bashed his face. And now you got to pay his medical bill. It's effed up, but, I mean, that's the thing. So, I mean, think about it. You have a porch fire, you open the door, you kick their ass, the next thing you know, they sue you.
Yeah,
because you were going to steal my TV that I ordered from Amazon.
My neighbor when I was living in Baltimore, south of Baltimore, they had a dilapidated fence that was between us and their property. Unfortunately, there was also bamboo growing along that entire fence line, and that stuff sometimes, and I'm not making this up,
it's unbelievable.
It can shoot up 2 feet in a day.
Oh yeah,
you've never seen anything like a big purple, looks like an asparagus stuff comes out of the ground. You can't stop it. You basically just need to rototill it. Dump some chemicals in there that they probably have already banned and pray to God that it goes away. Either way, he is the guy that had like a 1984 Camaro underneath a tarp in the front yard.
Right. Did you ever see him drive it?
No, he's working on it.
Of course.
I was working on it.
Does anyone buy a Camaro that they drive, or do you buy them to work on?
But you can look at the tires all cracked. There's no way you could drive it. Then he had a Dodge Ram pickup truck. Then he had the old boat in the front yard. Then he had his newer boat that he bought in the front yard, along with his dad's car, his dad's older car, and his dad's girlfriend's car. So basically, it looked like...
Did his dad and his girlfriend live there?
They did.
Okay. All right.
Now, the other problem that I had was this incredible number of creatures that would come through my fence into the yard. I could look out there at any moment out the window and see huge-ass snakes, like rat snakes, black snakes, families of ducks, foxes, the whole deal. So, at one point in time...
Did ducks bother you, man?
Oh, if I looked out my yard and saw ducks... But they would just walk through that fence and out of his yard. And then, so at one point in time, we had a hurricane, and I had to get up on the roof and clear branches, clear out the gutters, the whole deal. We got dumped on. That was when my basement flooded. So I get up there. Now, for the first time ever, I'm on my roof. I'd never been up there before. And I can see across that fence line over the bamboo. Unbeknownst to me, there was one of the biggest above-ground swimming pools filled with, it looked like motor oil, is the best way that I can describe it. Now, when I peer over there is, in fact, a family of ducks swimming in this. Okay? There are, I'm not kidding you, there are lily pads on the top of the water of this pool. All right?
That's a pond.
It was above ground, but I could not believe, I was just thinking that thing is going to bust. There's no way.
And all the crap's going to come to you.
That is correct, because I was a little bit downhill from him. I'm like, this thing is going to blow. A castle had a situation like this for a while where his neighbor actually emptied the pool into his yard, all right? But at this point in time, I'm worried that sludge
is going to come into your yard.
It's going to come into my yard. There were also, I counted, 3 refrigerators back there in the yard.
Jesus Christ, man.
There were 2 tractors that looked like they were from like 1920.
All right.
Like you could see through the motor in the front kind of thing. Like 2 riding lawnmowers. I mean, it was Sanford & Son at its finest. Now, the one thing about Dave, who was living in the basement, You were not allowed to come into his house. It was kind of like the neighbor that I had in Baltimore City. You could. It was
the creepy dude.
Yeah, it was like when he opened the door to come outside, like you were going to knock on the door, drink beer with him. He almost like had to shimmy out of his front door.
Did you ever peek in?
Listen, they were not. He was a good guy. His dad was a very nice guy. His dad's girlfriend was a very nice woman. It was just the fact that, I mean, like, I pull in my driveway, man, there's like 2 rats, like, taking a nap on my driveway.
Yeah.
Because I'm right next door to them. I mean, like, I can't imagine what in the hell was going on in there. It was, and the biggest fear I had, of course, is that when I went to sell that place, that I would never be able to sell it.
Right, because that thing is next door.
Because just what's living next door to me. And somehow I ended up selling that place. It was a miracle. But, you know, I would still go, even when I was in that area, I was just curious. Did
Drive by there?
Did Dave ever fix that Camaro up? And every time I went back, he had a new truck the last time I went back. He had a newer truck, but the Dodge that he used to drive, the Ram, big-ass truck, he just found another parking spot.
Right.
So now there's even more vehicles. There's more crap going on. There's no HOA. You know, I realize that HOAs can be a pain in the ass. This place was beyond anything that I'd ever experienced in West Virginia. There were washing machines out back. There were dryers out back.
Yeah.
If they replaced it, they just threw it in the backyard. They did not take anything out. I mean, everything that they had, they kept. Even when it was past its due date, so to speak.
Which is ridiculous because, like, if you get a new appliance, I would say 99% of the time, we will also take your old one away.
Correct.
Right?
Same with that.
We will take it.
You're not going to believe
hands.
this. Car dealers have this thing called trade-ins.
Right.
You take the old car, you see, they give you some cash for it, and you put that toward the newer vehicle you're buying.
That's all you got to do.
You don't need 2 trucks that are the same exact truck, but just 1-2 years newer than the other.
I mean, it was in our driveway, but we had a Mercury Lynx that sat out there for years. And then eventually my brother did fix it up and use it.
Well, at least he did that.
Correct. But I mean, same thing. Like, there was years where it was like, why do we still have it? We're going to use it one day. And then finally, Chris just was down on his luck and was like, I need a car.
Right. Yeah. By the way, I want to share a text with you. Ted, we were talking about, hey, someone's going to break into your house and slip under the stair. They bust in the face because they tripped on it. They sue you, right? It says, my old neighbor got sued by a robber that fell through the skylight. Got it for almost $500,000 and still robbed the place. Right? I mean, think about that. Like, wait a minute. You're going to rob my house. You fell through my skylight, and now I'm on the... And it's not... Look, you can sue anybody for anything. It's just your chances of success should be really, really low. Yeah. That is unbelievable. I assume then that that's not a jury. It's got to be... Because I can't imagine you'd have 12 people that go, yeah, you know, that makes sense. First of all...
No, and that's for money, so that's probably civil.
Right.
It's not a criminal charge. So I think that's
what's
just
crazy is, I'm like, are skylights supposed to be...
Hold body weight?
Hold body weight?
I'm pretty sure
right?
pretty sure if someone slips on the sidewalk in front of your home in Seattle on ice or whatever, they can sue the people who live where that sidewalk.
But that's city
like
property.
like a business. I know that, and you're not allowed to do anything with the strip.
But I have to,
and you can't trim the trees down.
Yeah,
I think you are involved, and yes, it's your job to maintain that area. So it's always good, especially in December, if we get one of those ice storms or whatever, to at least have a bag of salt in your garage if you have that situation of people are walking past your home. For a fact.
We do have a neighbor. It's an older guy. I cannot explain this, but he will take a 5-block area, right? And it'll snow, and I effing hate snow, and I effing hate to shovel, and I'll go out there to shovel. When I get down to the sidewalk, this old dude, he's done it. 5 blocks, right? Spring hits. So it's finally not raining outside, but the grass is super green. It's been growing all winter, whatever. This guy mows it all down. So it's like this well-manicured
area.
But
nice.
He just does it. But now I'm wondering if he does it like, I don't want to get sued. Somebody trips over a tree root in front of my house.
Yeah.
Seattle's going to put it on me, even though it's their goddamn property.
Is he doing it by shovels? He got a little snowblower.
Brother does it by shovel, and that's what's amazing. Yeah, he's got a hand-push lawnmower, and he just uses a shovel. And it is weird because of that whole tree situation that I had a couple years ago, where we're trying to tell the city of Seattle, like, hey, this tree is going to fall. And we're like, no.
This was your neighbor's tree.
It's a neighbor's tree, and this thing had to be 70 feet tall. I mean, it was a massive, massive tree, but it is growing at an extreme angle. It was planted in, like, real sandy soil, so the roots weren't deep. They were just very lateral.
All right.
And eventually it fell over. And Seattle, I mean, like I said, they hired these. If you're an arborist for the city of Seattle, if you're one of the people that goes out there to judge trees, understand this arborist, they pay money to be a part of Seattle's arborist people, but the city of Seattle will not take the word of an arborist that's not one of theirs. So we had an arborist from UW, might know what they're talking about, came out and said, yeah, the tree's going to fall. What are you, stupid? Look at it. We're like, we know. The Seattle City arborist came out and said, nah, man, it's going to right itself because he pays, I think it's $100 a year to be a part of this club to come out and lie to people. That is the absolute truth. So the tree falls down, does all this stuff. The city of Seattle still like came down on us. And it's like, but here's the thing. Someone trips on the sidewalk in front of my house. I'm on the hook. This tree was in someone's yard on her own property. She was not allowed to take down a tree, which then fell down and damaged 3 houses. I don't know what goes on in this city. I don't know who makes the rule. But I tell you, if I see them, I'm going to punch them, spit on them. They piss me off so much with that kind of crap. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's like it's on her property. And the reason she wants to take it down is so that it doesn't fall on other people's house. There was no view.
It's okay. It's okay to be environmentally savvy, but also to be to the point where you make logical decisions. You can be a progressive. You can say, like, look, man, it's important to recycle. It's important to take care of the environment.
But if a tree is going to fall on a house,
that's
take
logical.
It down.
That's the problem.
That's all
That's why you look stupid. You know what I mean? Because look, it's one thing to save the world. Yeah, gotcha. But just don't be idiots.
Yeah, avoid the tree though.
Don't be stupid. Who was your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This summer, chill out with Klosstaller, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klosstaller's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klosstaller beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klosstaller, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.
At California Psychics, we know that sometimes you can wake up thinking,
I don't know if I'm in the right career. Ew. Or the right relationship.
But whatever your life dilemma, at California Psychics, we'll give you the guidance you need to feel certain about your life choices. And because we only connect you with the very best, we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats, but also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
So the story goes, neighbors not pleased to see dozens of guests flowing into a party in Weddington, North Carolina. So they alerted police to the situation. Now, when authorities arrived, they found one Michael Brown, 37, who they say had invited several hundred guests to the party. Also was charging them admission. Damn. Now, Brown first claimed he was the homeowner, then said he was the grandson of the owners. After several additional epic failures at telling the truth, he finally admitted he was the lawn guy and had no relation to the homeowners whatsoever, according to a press release. The actual homeowners, yeah, they were on vacation at the time. So police broke up the crowd, and per the press release, many of the partygoers doubled down on their criminal behavior as they decided to leave the area recklessly in their cars, which led to numerous traffic stops. Police also noted property damage in the home. Now, as far as Brown, he was arrested and charged with breaking and entering, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, injury to real property, obtaining property by false pretenses, and second-degree trespassing. He has since been free on bond, and he tells WSOC-TV he did nothing wrong.
Oh, of course not.
And thinks the homeowners will still use him for their lawn care.
You know what? I'm going to bet and say they don't.
Who is your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
On that tip, it was weird. When we first bought our house, 11 years ago, I guess, we hadn't redone it yet, and there was some very noticeable things about the inside, but a couple of different, 3 different sets of people came over, check out the new house, and when we got into the basement, this one chick's like, she's kind of looking around, and she's like, man, I've been here before. I'm like, you been here before? It's like, oh, yeah, man, a band set up in the corner, had this huge party, blah, 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 blah. About 2 months later, someone else comes over, walk down to the basement. As soon as they get to the top of the stairs and look down, they're like, I've been here before, man. Oh, dude, yeah, this used to be a big party house, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, the owner was like a 90-year-old dude who watered his plants naked, is my understanding. They're like, well, he lived upstairs. So at some point, he rented out the downstairs to whoever lived there. And I guess this person notoriously threw great parties. But I mean, 3.
And he didn't mind, apparently.
He could not hear.
That's
my
okay,
understanding.
all right,
But yeah, everyone's, oh, dude, we did drugs in this room. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. So,
remember the carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Who is your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
And actually, that was the tip-off.
Yeah, so I was going to say,
that carpet.
I mean, if you remember that, how could you forget it?
Nobody else had that carpet. And now we don't either. Hello, Debbie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi.
Hola. So who was your memorable neighbor?
He was, I thought, just a lady that really liked it to be quiet around her. And she was constantly yelling at me and my children. We lived in a row of townhomes, so we shared walls.
Mm-hmm.
And about 2 months after she moved in, after yelling all the time for everybody to shut up, she killed her mother and chopped her up in the bathtub and then hired the neighborhood kids to throw the garbage bags away that were containing her body parts.
Whoa!
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Jeez, man.
So hopefully she wasn't your neighbor anymore after that?
No, she's in jail, I think, for the rest of her life.
Now, were your kids involved in any of the trash removal?
No.
How did they find out that she chopped up her mother into pieces?
I'm not real sure. I think her brother might, because her brother lived there too. I think her brother might have told them.
Yeah, I think I would. If I'm living with my brother, like, hey, I'm going to reach out to God. So how long had she lived next to you?
About 3 months.
And did she own or was she renting? You don't?
I was renting. We were all renting.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
That was
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a tough sell. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. was young, too. Not even, I don't know. But she, chopped her up.
Okay. All right.
Wow. That's, I did not see that coming.
No, I did not either. I don't know that I've ever lived
next to a murderer.
Well, next to anybody who took anything to that level, as far as just being that type of criminal. I mean that's next
level.
That's
even murderers would say like, "Wow, man, that's a bit of overkill." We did have a neighbor who I do not know what crime he'd committed, and I've told you this before, but the U.S. Marshals showed up at our house, and they're serious as all get out. You know what I mean? They opened the door. They're a parent home. I think I was like 14. I'm like, "Hey, Mom, there's some serious-looking brothers out here, man." And so they come in, and I hear them talking a little bit, but they hold up a picture of this dude, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, man, I know him." And I can't remember his name now, but I'm like, "That's so-and-so." And they're like, "Have you seen him?" I'm like, not recently. And that's when my mom's kind of like, "What did he do?" And they're like, "Well, we're not at liberty to tell you."
I had one of those, too.
Well, the thing is, so my Uncle Rick, the cool one with the Corvette and the Smokey and the Bandit car and all that kind of thing, he was a U.S. Marshal still at the time. So my mother brings this up to them. Well, at this point, now they're invited in the house and they're sitting around the dining room table and they're drinking coffee and they're telling my mother all the stupid things that my uncle, her brother, does as a U.S. Marshal, blah, blah, blah. But they still would not tell her what this guy did. But at the point that the Marshals are looking for you, it's for real.
Yeah. No, look, I had a house, 8 roommates in this huge, old, kind of Victorian-style house. There was an apartment downstairs, and we shared a common laundry area in the basement with a guy who lived in the downstairs apartment.
Yeah.
All right? And maybe you would see that guy once in a blue moon. Fortunately, the way the house was on a hillside, he was like down below in the bottom apartment, there was still like there was a basement, and then he was even below that basement.
Below the basement.
Right. So he was like, it was like a tiered.
He was in a grave.
He was basically down in the ground.
Yeah.
There was like 2 windows down there, and we got a knock at the door. I was not home at that point in time yet, but we got a knock on the door from an officer who had a plainclothed officer in a suit.
Okay.
Who came up, identified himself to Matt, said, "Hey, we're just asking you questions about your downstairs neighbor, the guy who lives in the apartment." And Matt's like, "Hey, I don't really know the guy. I've run into him a couple times doing laundry.
Sure.
That's about it. That's about all I know about this guy." So about a week goes by. Now we have agents around our home, and they are attempting to breach this apartment. They're trying to get...
Are you home at this time?
At this point in time, I had come home after they had already gotten in. Okay, he was not there. But we did finally, because they were asking all of us, like, look, and we were honest. We just don't know who this guy really is. He gets up, he goes to work, he comes home, he doesn't really make any noise. I mean, all we know is that his trash can's always out when ours is, and all right. We don't know what's in there because it wasn't like recycling and all that crap. Just throw your bags in that. But he was wanted, apparently, in some other state for what they said were heinous crimes.
Oh, when you use heinous, that's real bad.
We're like, well, what does that mean? Like, well, we're not at liberty to say, but,
How about a guessing game? Did he chop up his mom in the bathtub heinous?
No, yeah.
Or...
But they were on the look for him. I don't know if they ever found him. We didn't know his name. We did not even know his name.
Sure.
So, I mean, no way of looking it up then. No internet back then. So you have no idea what was going on. But we were like, wow, man. We're just speculating. You get stoned like, wonder what he did, man.
It's heinous.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. When we first moved to Seattle, man, I just bought my first place in Baltimore. 3 weeks later, I found out we're working in Seattle. So I'm like, crap, right? So I got to rent this joint out. I won't go through the whole story of the guy that rented it, but the guy that did rent it, he paid in cash, all right? And so a mutual friend said, hey, this guy is looking for a place to rent. I get in contact with him. He's like, well, dog, I already got a place. It's $525 a month. So I gave him my place for $500. How about that? I'm just going to undercut him. I just need someone in there. So he was there a little bit over a year. And
is that the guy that you...
This is how we met. We met at a bar, the place we called the Dirt Church. And I don't know what his beef is with me. And he's a big dude, man. But he decided he wanted to beat my ass that night. And it just got to that point. And keep in mind, I'm very, very broke at this point in my life. So we go outside, and he puts his hands on the chest and just, pushes me back, parallel parked car, right? I kind of crash into it. Then he just kind of looks at me, and he's like, man, I can't even beat your in ass. And walks back inside. The reason was, at the time, I had a pair of white Chucks. They were not white anymore. They're quite soiled, but they had no soles. So as my buddy called them, feet hats, all right? So I'm basically
walking around barefooted.
I'm walking on my socks. I just had the shoes disguising the fact over time, okay? But when he shoved me, my shoes kind of came up a little bit on my shin and kind of turned different directions. So his perspective when he saw this, he's like, basically, you're too poor for me to beat your ass. Like, you need any help you can get. And he was right. So the nice thing is he did not beat my ass. That was not a guy I wanted to tangle with. We saw each other a few times after that, always at the bar. We'd kind of mean mug each other, but no more beef. You know what I mean? And Leon had to talk with him, and that changed things a little bit. I do not know what Leon said, but things changed. So all these years go by. We're about to move to Seattle. I just hear this guy, Tom, needs to rent a place. My place was kind of hard to find if you did not understand how to get there. So we're on the phone with each other. I'm kind of guiding him in. And I said, look, I'll go stand in the backyard, and I'll just wave my hand. And when you see me, just pull up to that spot. So we're still on the phone. I just hear him. He kind of chuckles a little bit. He's like, God damn. I'm like, what, man? He's like, you'll see. So the car pulls up, and, of course, it's this dude, Tom, who the last time we even spoke, he wanted to beat my ass, and I had the feet hats on that went sideways, all right? So that's the guy I'm going to rent to. And we both agreed, if someone had told me 12 years ago, however long had gone by, that I would rent a place to you, I'd have laughed in her face. And he goes, brother, if somebody told me I was going to give you money to rent the place. So basically, we smoked a bowl, man, but we got along fine. So cool, he takes over the place. So for about a year, and again, you don't ask a lot of questions, but he would always overnight rent, and it was cash. My man did not write checks. There's no such thing as a money order.
Right.
It was straight up, which I appreciated. I'm like, cool, because it goes straight in my wallet. About a year and a half goes by. I get a call from a woman I've never met, and she says, hey, I live in your old building. I live in the apartment above Tom. Tom's renting from you, right? I go, yeah. She goes, hey, look, the cops keep coming by looking for him. I said, what does he do? She goes, he's drug dealing. I said, well, I don't care. She goes, no, you're misunderstanding. He's not doing small quantities. As she explained it, and keep in mind, this was like gated little condo complex. Like loads of very expensive cars would come in like a parade, pull in front of this place. They would walk in. 10 minutes later, they get back. And she said, you could just look at these guys and know you don't want to F with these guys. You know what's up. And so I have to call Tom. I go, Tom, man. And he's at work at this point. So, Tom, the cops are looking for you. Oh, I know, man. I know. I said, you know this. He goes, well, yeah. I said, bro, are you dealing drugs on my place? He's like, well, yeah. I mean, he's like, that's why I send you money in cash. I'm like, look, I figured as much. I didn't want to ask. I said, look, you got to dial it back, man, because the neighbor just called, and I can't remember her name. He's like, oh, man, she's cool. I said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. She said, I like Tom. He's cute and he's dumb. That was her exact quote. You're saying you're making it very obvious. Some of the other neighbors are getting very nervous. He's like, well, yeah, they should be, man, because, like, these cats rolling in. I'm like, Tom, I don't think you quite getting the message here. You can't drug deal on my place if you're bringing all these guys. So he did stop. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if he stopped drug dealing, but he agreed to move out. Okay, all right. He did move out, and I'm like, thank you. I don't know if the cops ever caught up with him or what was going on, but I'm just like, oh, my God, dude. I'm like, and I'm saying, like, dude, the neighbors are nervous. Yeah, they should be, man. These dudes, I'm telling you.
They're bad dudes.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
nervous.
what to mess with. I'm like, Tom, that's not the point, man.
And he was still at his regular 9 to 5?
He did. Look, man, he worked a regular 9 to 5, and he had to be a middleman. He's definitely not smart enough to be at the top. You know what I mean?
All right.
He was dealing in quantities, and as the woman who called me explained, she goes, like, these are nice rides, and the cats that are getting out of here are just do not F with them. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Who is your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
I mean, it's almost worse when he laughs. He goes, yeah, she's right. They're dangerous.
Yeah, man, seriously, you wouldn't want to mess with these guys. I'm like, Tom, that is not the point I'm making, bro. Yeah, so that's the guy that rented my place. Hello, Ison. Welcome to the men's room.
Uh-oh.
Ison, are you there?
Muted. Ison.
I think he's there. I'm going to put him back on hold.
Take your phone off mute, Ison.
Hello, Dan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, how you doing?
Hola.
Good hola. So I had a neighbor who was a lobster distributor.
All right.
And he would come over, and we just moved into the place. And he came over once, and he says, hey, you want some lobster? I'm like, what do you mean? He said, I distribute lobster, and I got some extra. It's the weekend. I said, sure. So he brings over about 5 lobster. So that was cool. So a couple weeks later, my wife and I, or my girlfriend and I at the time, going camping over to Lake Wenatchee, and we're right at the stop sign at the end of the cul-de-sac, and we're ready to take a right, and he comes around the corner on the left, and He says, hey, where are you guys going? I said, oh, we're going camping. He said, hey, you want to bring some lobster? I said, sure. So we go back to the house, empty out the beer from the cooler, and put 11 lobster in
Jesus,
the cooler, and go over to Lake Wenatchee to this little group camp we had. We had about 15 people there. So we're boiling. We only had a pot big enough to fit one at a time in. So we're boiling up this lobster for about 3 hours that night, eating lobster at the campfire for nothing.
That's a hell of a neighbor.
Where's he getting all this lobster
Yeah,
out
exactly.
here?
I mean, because he's not sending it to restaurants. I can tell you that right now. He's not.
Yeah, no, he distributed to restaurants.
Well,
So
tell me
on
where
my
they are.
birthday- On my birthday, he comes over. I said, yeah, it's my birthday, and the weekend we're having a little get-together. He says, oh, man, I'll bring some lobster. I said, cool. So, of course, he brings like 15 lobster. He brought me one, though, for my birthday. It was an 8-pound lobster, big enough. We put a big old fat cigar in one of its claws and a can of Bud in the other claw and set him up against the lawn chair like he's sitting in a lawn chair. And I mean, an 8-pound lobster is a big lobster.
Yeah, it's a big lobster.
And, oh, man, it was the best birthday I think I've ever had, best neighbor I've ever had by far. And my neighbor now, I've had him for 30 years. He still hasn't given me a single lobster. So
you should let him know.
Right. That would be a great hookup. Anything like that. Anything like that would be awesome to me. I would figure out a way to reciprocate. You know what I mean? I would find something that I could do.
But a lot of times they don't. We have a meat guy. It's one of the parents of another kid at the kid's school, and he's like, I'm a meat guy. Same like the lobster guy. So he'll offer you something, even if you say like, I don't know, man, July 4th's coming up, thinking about grabbing stuff. Like he will show up at your door, and there's like 8 steaks, a bunch of burgers, all this crap, and I'm like, man, what do we owe you for it? It's like, it's on the house. Don't worry about it.
Oh, dude, when I lived in Maryland, I had a cow guy, right?
Cow?
A cow guy.
You could buy like half a cow.
My neighbor bought a cow every year. And he'd say, like, hey, man, do you want to throw some money in? Because, typically I've still got some freezer room, but I can never get that whole thing in there.
Yeah, of course.
I normally used to split it with this other guy, and he's not interested anymore, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, look, man, I'll take like a fourth. I got another buddy. I know he'll take a fourth. You take half.
All right.
That was the greatest hookup ever.
Yeah.
I do not remember how much money I gave him.
Did he do all the butchering?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, the guy who we bought the cow from would dress the cows. So, like, you just get steaks, hamburgers, ribs, you name it, man. He give you, like, just a box of a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
and whatever I
variety
paid for it, it was I actually went out to BJ's Warehouse, which is the equivalent of a Costco, and bought I probably needed one anyway because I had young kids at the time, but I bought a chest freezer for my garage just to put this stuff
Just to put the meat in?
Just to put the meat in. It was so good. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I was like, Mark, man, anytime, man, you ready to do that cow order? Let me know, man, because I'm burning through steaks. I get the grill fired up like almost every night because I'm just like, why not? I got all this crap.
One of the restaurants I worked at, we ended up having pig people. We did not know we had pig people. They were a dairy farm, and our restaurant, I guess, was their first kind of commercial client, or whatever it is, right? But it really helped sustain them, and they had really good cheeses, blah, blah, blah. So they wanted to pay us back, just a thank you for doing so much business with them, all right? Now, the restaurant's about to open. We are very, very busy in the kitchen. So the bar back, he comes running in. He says, hey, man, the dairy people are here. We're like, just throw the cheese in the fridge. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. Then he comes running back in the kitchen, and he says, what do you want me to do with the pigs? I said, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He goes, oh, they got 2 pigs for you. Like, what do you mean pig? We don't assume he means the actual animal. It was 2 actual pigs, frozen solid. All right, so we walk out there, and there they are. They're just pigs, and they are frozen freaking solid. One, they're very hard to pick up because they weigh a lot, and they're very slippery because they're frozen. And we're like, here's the thing. Like, thank you, but we don't know. This is that place Brewers Art. All right, so this is back of Baltimore. Yep. We don't know where to put these pigs. There's a bunch of beer coolers. It was one of the first kind of brew pubs in Baltimore, as it were, right? Produce our own beer kind of thing. So there's a lot of refrigeration, but there's not a lot of additional room. You know what I mean? So there's this one deep freezer that's about the size of a Superman phone booth. And I don't remember what we kept in there normally. But anyway, but it had shelves on the other side. The only place we could put these pigs was in this freezer. But even then, we had to put them in vertically one on top of the other. Because, like, literally, they don't fit anywhere. So we're stacking them up, and then you had to close the door real fast, right? Because otherwise they're going to fall out. So the first time we see this one waitress, she was hot, but just ditzy as hell. And I can't remember what we told her we needed, but can you grab it out of the little freezer? She's like, sure. And we all just put down our knives. We're like, wait for it. Pig tumbled out, hit her, took her down, dude. They're sliding across the floor. Like, oh, my God. We're like, yeah, we did that on purpose, and we don't need what we asked for. We just want
So
to
you actually had to dress an entire pig?
Yeah, 2 of them.
I would have no idea even where to start.
We took a little while to figure it out.
Down the middle?
That's the first
I
thing.
mean, don't you need like a saw to get the bone and stuff? Like,
because we're all looking at these
like
things.
a ham has a like a bone ring in it.
Because being a cook and being a butcher are 2 different things, right? We can all cook, but now it was like 8 of us standing there looking at these pigs. Like, what the F are we going to do, man? You know what I mean?
Well, most people, even if you barbecue, you know how to trim your brisket and this and that.
Yes.
You don't know how to butcher a cow.
No.
I would have no idea.
You can give.
I would have no idea.
I can butcher the parts, but I don't know how to butcher the animal. So, I mean, it's just these 2 just solidly frozen pigs.
Like, where's the pork chop located?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
And the thing is,
I would have no idea. I mean, I know where the hams are.
I left
right?
that
I mean, I
job.
had to know where the ribs are.
But I left that job before we ever got around to the pig. I ended up moving to New Orleans before we ever got around to doing anything with the pigs. They were just in this deep freeze for however long. They might even still be there. Hell, I don't know, man. But I mean, we just
I had
stared
like
at
a
them.
second cousin that worked at a butcher shop. And it was like, it's hard to explain because it wasn't that far from where I grew up, but it was tucked in the back of a like corner store, like deep, like just inside Beltsville, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of like Shoreline out here.
Right.
Right. So hugely populated, but he was there was him and the owner. They sat in the back and they butchered stuff for real. But in the fall, I mean, there'd be a line out the door of people showing up with deer.
Oh, yeah.
Just
right.
to have
Totally.
them.
Yep.
Right. And like, if you went anywhere around that area, like, especially because his whole thing in the fall was he barely got days off. But if you took him to like a Maryland game, people you've never met before would be like, Sean, thanks for taking care of that for me. I still owe you this.
Dude, I went to a guy's house. He did a whole pig. All right?
Yeah.
And he did a pit pig, which means that you
got to bury it under there.
Yeah, you start the coals in the ground, and then you cover the damn thing with dirt. It's kind of in like a burlap bag.
Yeah.
Pull that bad boy out. But when he took it out, he had it spread like on this huge-ass table, like a picnic table.
Yeah.
I mean, all out. And, of course, I go up there, and there's a couple forks and stuff, knives to cut crap out, and I've got a whole plate of pork, and my girlfriend...
How good was it?
It was great. My girlfriend's like, what did you get? And I'm like...
I
don't know. Like, I just reached in there, saw some meat, man.
Right.
She's like, well, is it like the pork chop or the... I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. I have no idea.
The only thing I know for sure is up around the shoulders, that's usually pulled pork. Like, that's a pork shoulder or a Boston butt. And then the actual butt is the ham.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
the
I
main
know
thing, you got to get those cheeks.
Yep.
I've been somewhere where they had like a little tiny Asian, what do they call it, like a suckling pig?
Yeah.
And same thing. I knew the guy that was throwing the party, and he's like, before anybody else gets a crack at it, come over with me. And we cut off his cheeks.
And?
It's awesome. So delicious.
Why is it always cheeks? Halibut cheeks?
I know.
It's the truth.
I mean, seriously.
If you eat a person, do you eat their cheeks?
Well,
It's
that's
not
what I'm
like the
saying.
special
Are
person.
cow cheeks so good we've never even seen them before because they don't make it out?
You don't hear cow cheeks.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, but I know down at like Radiator Whiskey in the market, you could order just a pig's head and eat it.
Huh.
Just kind of pick at
You
it.
should do that on a first date.
Yeah, why not?
You know? If she can get through that.
She's cool.
She's a keeper.
Want to watch me eat a pig head?
Who was your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCKS.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Just got a new puppy or kitten. Congrats. But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Hey, I'm gum disease. You may know me by my formal name, periodontal disease. No? I can't believe this. No respect. Same story everywhere I go. Over half of all adults in America live with me, and they act like they don't even know I exist. I mean, come on. Whole body health? I am gum disease. I am literally linked to almost every major disease. Diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's. You can't just ignore me.
Find a dentist near you committed to caring about all of you. Visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
We go to Hell on Earth.
Hell on Earth?
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Correct. Hell on Earth.
Hell on Earth. If they gave you $30,000 a year and a free place to live there, you still would say hell no.
No.
How much? Because you would be rich.
$30,000.
$30,000.
In Scranton.
And you have a free place to stay.
No.
And you go, no, I'm not doing it.
Do I have to live in Scranton?
No way I'm living in this place. But we're in Scranton now. As a man broke into his neighbor's apartment and then punched out his own window to make it seem like someone had also broken into his apartment, according to the criminal.
Say that again.
So a Scranton man breaks into his neighbor's apartment.
All right. Then punched out his own window.
Then he goes and punches out his own window.
Okay.
So it looks like, look, it just wasn't me that got hit or her that got hit. It was me, too. Michael Ashton, 43, faces felony charges of burglary and criminal trespass. So here's what goes down. Police reported to the address on a Wednesday at 1:30 with the report of a man later identified as Ashton, who broke into his neighbor's apartment while she was away. Now, officers noted that Ashton's hand was bleeding and asked him why he punched out his own window. And he just said then, well, I was just angry. So officers then spoke with Cindy Reeder, and she said that she hadn't been in her residence since early in June. And when she returned, her front door was off the hinges.
Jeez.
Her television and fans were missing. Now, according to Reeder, she told police that Ashton was the only one who had access to her apartment because both of the apartments are off of a main hallway and both have keys only to that hallway.
Okay.
Ashton then, for whatever reason, gave officers permission to search his residence. Now, when police entered his living room, they spotted the black fan that Reeder said belonged to her. Ashton then admitted to officers that he took the fan.
Yeah, because it's in your home.
After being read his Miranda warnings, Ashton admitted he took one of the fans before July 4th because it was too hot in my apartment. He said Reeder's door was already off its hinges before he entered it.
Sure.
He said he'd not taken Reeder's television, but he felt guilty and he was willing to give her his. Reeder told police Ashton had also been using her refrigerator and had placed multiple six-packs of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer in her freezer. In her freezer. She told officers she had never given Ashton permission to go into her apartment or use her refrigerator. He remains in the Lackawanna County Prison in lieu of $20,000 bail.
Lackawanna.
Who is your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Quick text for both of you guys. It says, most taco trucks do, in fact, have beef cheeks.
Do they?
Order the Cabeza or Cabeza tacos.
All right.
Cabeza.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Really
give
good.
it a try, man.
All right.
Good looking out.
I'm telling you, Miles said it years ago, but any animal, eat the cheeks.
There's something about it. I don't know why.
I bet my cheeks would be good.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm a cannibal, do I go like, I saved the cheeks for last?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Either first or last.
Humpy Sports Bar in downtown Anchorage. They have an appetizer that are breaded, deep-fried halibut cheeks.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Like a sauce or something on the side. Did you dip it in? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea how good that was.
Mm-hmm.
We ordered that. I was like, this is unbelievable. And it was every bit of $12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For 10 of them. Who is your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Good afternoon, fellas. How's it going?
Hola.
So I grew up in North Jersey back in the 80s. So maybe you know where this will be going. But as you know from being back east, a lot of the first aid squads are run by volunteers.
Yeah.
And my dad was a volunteer first aid squad. And he would do this like every other Friday night. And they would team him up with a partner. And so getting to my neighbor, my next door neighbor was this old crotchety guy who was just mean. And I was playing wiffle ball in the backyard with some friends, and we hit the ball over the fence into that guy's yard. And we were trying to figure out how to get it when the neighbor ran out with a knife, cut the wiffle ball in half, and threw it back in the yard. So I'm upset. I'm 9, 10 years old at the time. I'm really upset and crying. And my father happened to be in the area with the ambulance with his partner. So they come by the house, and he sees me crying. He's like, well, what's the matter? And I show him the wiffle ball, and I said, I said, the neighbor, he cut the ball in half. I can't play wiffle ball anymore. Well, the guy that he was with, and this is where I get to the Jersey part, he was one of those Jersey Italian men.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure he was connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he walked over to the neighbor and said, you will replace that boy's wiffle ball and get him another one, or I'm going to cut off your D.
Oh, wow. All right.
Next day, I had brand new wiffle balls in the
Nice.
He never bothered us again about hitting the ball into his yard, over the fence and into his yard after that.
Well, you're right about one thing, man, because you said a Jersey Italian guy, probably connected. A lot of people can threaten you, and you're like, man, F you, get out of my face. That type of dude, when they say
that's different.
You believe them word for word.
Mm. Now, were you of the age range when where Action Park was a thing in Jersey?
Yeah, I called you guys once before, and we talked about Action Park, and I've been there. I have a scar in my arm from Action Park. That place was a nut house, and I've been there.
Okay. Did you? I mean, at the time that you went to Action Park, did you recognize the inherent danger of this place?
No idea. I mean, we didn't think about it. We would go down that alpine slide and push that thing all the way forward so the brakes wouldn't engage and go as fast as we could. But we didn't know we could tip off the side or go down those tunnels. We were stopping in the middle of the tunnels and letting other kids run into us, and then would all come out the thing at once into the pool, and the guards would just be like, hey, stop doing that, please. And you're like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
I don't mind. Action. I have a scar from that place.
Who was your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Caitlin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Hola. Doing well, Caitlin.
I'm doing well. So I grew up in Kingston, Washington, and we had this neighbor.
You sound a little more Jamaican than like you're from here.
Oh, thanks, I guess. So we had this neighbor. It was a married couple, and they had 3 daughters. So the married couple since then has been divorced. This was about 20 years ago. And I ended up going to the ELO concert a couple years ago at the Tacoma Dome.
That was a great show.
It was great. And I ran into him, and I'm not a small woman. And I was wearing a shirt that was very low cut. And I ran into the father of that family.
Okay.
And he looked me up and down in a certain way.
Are you saying you're a larger chested woman?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
The thing is, he met me when I was 14.
So, but now that you're a full-grown woman.
37 then.
All right. Well.
But it was the way he looked at me was very creepy.
You got big boobs, you got a little cut top.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we don't do it on
I know.
purpose.
My husband always says, "Well, if she's wearing it low, you might as well look." But
I mean, yeah, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by not looking.
Right.
But was it creepy to you just because you knew him as more, not a father figure, but as an adult male kind of thing?
yes.
Okay.
I knew him as like when I was a kid, and then
No,
Had
I
you
understand.
had
that.
he seen you since then?
no.
But did he even recognize you?
Yeah, at first no, but then once I explained who I was, then he kind of looked me up and down like, "Oh, you grew up."
Yeah,
and out.
Hey, look, here's a funny one on that Jeff Lynne tour, right? So it's the last. This is the last hurrah. It was called the Over and Out tour, and he played Climate Pledge, but it was like his second or third show of the tour.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucked. They weren't really on point like they were at Tacoma. But they have the last big show. It's going to be in London. Like, this is it. Jeff Lynne, London, the whole year.
Yeah.
He got sick and canceled.
Yeah, he canceled. I read that.
It was like his last
Yeah, it was going to be his last show ever.
Ever. In his hometown.
And it was a big deal.
And he canceled. Yeah. I mean, even Council was saying, when he was over there for the Aussie thing, he goes, this Aussie thing is a big deal here. Oasis is coming here. That's a big deal. People are losing their mind
About
over the
ELO.
fact that ELO, and ELO did play there.
Yeah.
But, but they canceled the very last show on the tour.
Yeah, but he's sick, right?
Something's going on.
Yeah.
That seems that's got to be like a legit.
It is. It without question is. It's just like, you did all that, and then this is like
There's the last one, baby.
Here's the finish line, and you just fell. Who is your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Solomon. Welcome to the men's room.
Good morning, or good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon. So who was your memorable neighbor?
Well, I just bought my first house. It was like 2000 in Wallingford. And as soon as I moved in, I made nice with my neighbors on both sides. And this one guy that was on my left side there, he would I'd always see him on the yard, so I wave, we had a pretty good rapport. And then I noticed after about a month or so, I thought he would just get drunk, but his behavior would change. And then I realized after this, like listening to him, I think he had schizophrenia. I wasn't sure at the time. And then one time he actually attacked me.
He attacked you?
He actually physically attacked me out in the yard. And so I called the police. I reported it, but there was no witnesses. So about 3 weeks later, I wake up and he's standing at the foot of my bed.
Jeez, how did he get in?
Yeah, I probably left the door unlocked or something like that. I don't know. There was no sign of force entry.
Are you skydiving right now, by the way?
Is that better?
Much better.
Jesus,
Much better.
God, we couldn't even understand you.
So I filed for a restraining order.
But wait. Before we get there, you wake up, he's standing at the foot of your bed. What is the next thing that happens?
Yeah, what does he want?
Does he attack you again or what?
No. I basically freaked out and I screamed at him. I said, "Get the F out of my house!" And I literally had to like push him out of the house. And he was just saying some like crazy stuff. And that's when I realized, for sure he must have schizophrenia. But still, I didn't feel any safer. But he didn't try to, he didn't physically harm me when he was actually in my house. So I called the police and I reported it. And then I tried to get a restraining order. And my attorney, he figured out that he did have a history of mental health issues.
Okay.
But somehow the other attorney argued that his old history it didn't have anything to do with the current reason why I wanted to have a restraining order. So
it was in your house, standing at the foot of your bed.
So they gave you the restraining order
at the foot of my bed, yeah. And it scared the crap out of me, but so after I wasn't able to get a restraining order, I just never spoke to him, and every single time. This was before cell phones were around, so I had a video camera. So every time I saw him outside, if I was going to be outside, I had a video camera ready just to video tape anything that might have happened.
How long did you have to live next? How long did you live next to this dude?
I moved out probably about 2 years later.
Okay. Was he the reason why?
What's that?
Was he the reason why?
Yes, he was.
Damn. Yeah. Wow.
Well, the thing is, he could have a restraining order, but he might not even know it.
I don't.
Lock your door. It might not even register what he's doing.
It's weird. The idea of waking up with someone standing at the foot of your bed. I mean, he had the right reaction, like get the F out. But then you wonder, how long have they been standing there?
Correct.
Did they just get into my room and I woke up to the sound? Have they been standing there for 20 minutes watching me sleep? I mean, that's what bugs me the
even
most.
If you're sleeping with your significant other or whatever, like, it's weird to wake up and somebody's just staring at you.
Yeah. Man, my daughter, when she was like 3, it was like the movie The Ring, all right? We fell asleep with the TV on. She'd gotten out of her bedroom and wanted us, I don't know, she didn't feel good, whatever. But when I wake up, you got, even though you're asleep, you sense that there's a presence in the room, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of pop my eyes open. She's standing at the foot of the bed. The TV's behind her. Her hair is in all this disarray, but it's just silhouette. And I mean, it freaks me the F out. Like, I knew it was my daughter, but when I first saw her, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Sorry, baby, what do you need? What was that about? Like, don't worry about it, baby. It's good. It's good. But looked at my wife, I'm like, that was creepy as F, man. I mean, like that, it was unsettling.
Who was your most memorable neighbor and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So, I had Leon Spinks as a neighbor when I was growing up in Illinois.
Was he as ugly then as he was as an adult?
Yes.
Was he adult Leon or did his brother live with him?
No. It was Leon. It wasn't his brother. It was Leon. People would go and buy him drinks at the bar all the time because he was a raging drunk. Then one night he was chilling out at my house with my mom and then being loud, and my dad would wake up and politely ask him, hey, can you please keep it down? I got to get up for work in the morning. After about 2 or 3 times of that, my dad comes out and says, listen here, mother effers, the next effing person that makes a noise, I'm going to kick the effing S out of them. Then the next day, my mom politely told my dad, that was Leon Spinks you just threatened. Looking about 4 shades whiter.
Yeah. Leon beat Muhammad Ali, right?
In the mid-'70s.
Yeah, I mean, he had one big upset. Because he was the heavyweight champion of the world for a minute.
For a minute, yeah.
For a little while, yeah. He did it as a new pro. He was 7-0-1 when he did it.
Wow. So he was like a Buster. He was like a Buster Douglas.
Right. Did you live near him in St. Louis or in Henderson?
No, this was in a suburb of outside of Chicago.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he was really big into the bars, and everyone would buy him a drink, and he'd call it hanging out with the homies.
Yeah, I remember the cover of Sports Illustrated. Look, when it was boxing on, raised with an Italian stepfather, there were 10 dudes in a room watching whether it was Wild World of Sports who was putting it on Saturday.
Back when it was free.
Whether it was a fight at night or whatever the deal.
Friday night fights. I bring it up all the time. Yeah. Like, I used to watch it. My mom used to watch Friday night.
I used to watch it with my dad.
Yeah,
man.
with
that's
her
where
dad,
we bonded.
Right. I was talking to a Mexican-American woman the other day, and she was like, you know that? I was like, I grew up watching this. She was like, so did me and my dad.
Right. Yeah. And you know what, man? They would argue. They'd be like, well, you know what? Nothing compares to the middleweights. Because the middleweight division with Hagler, with Hearns, with all these guys. Man,
Hagler was my guy.
That was the division. I mean, heavyweights existed, and they were big dudes, and they went after, man, but nothing like those middleweight fights. I just sit there and be like, Jesus, man. I mean, they're just throwing thousands of punches.
And it's pretty much the same thing now.
Not tiring out, you know?
It's pretty much the same now. There's a couple of really solid heavyweights. But yeah, the lighter divisions, man, those are the ones to watch.
Well, and Friday night fights also, we just like boxing.
Yeah.
But and it sounds silly, but I used to cheer for Canelo before I knew he was Mexican.
Absolutely.
He's red hair and pale.
You thought he was some Irish dude.
Correct.
Honestly.
I was like, I'm going to cheer for him.
Because he looks like he's Irish.
Right, and then to find out is to hear him speak Spanish. His name was Saul Alvarez. I mean, blew my mind.
That same thing, man. Because they said something about, the Mexican gyms, they're really firing up now. And I'm like, looking at my wife like, but Canelo's fighting. Why don't they keep talking about these Mexican gyms? And she's like, well, maybe he just trains there. Same thing. They went up to interview him. And I'm like, that dude's Mexican?
Really?
He's a pale redhead guy. Seriously.
Damn. But I mean, again, though.
You just pull up a picture of him.
When you would watch those guys and they were just starting out, there wasn't a ton of info on them.
No.
There's nothing about that.
No kidding.
That's
no
the dude.
Kidding.
Are you just finding out who Canelo Alvarez is?
Yes.
He's the biggest, best boxer in the world.
He has a fight coming up, doesn't he? Like in
September 13th.
All right.
Against Bud Crawford.
That's right, yeah.
On Netflix.
Bud Crawford.
I'm excited.
It should be a good fight.
Who Sucks Last coming up at 4:30, and your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats. But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune. Which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
It's always been diet and exercise. Why not diet, exercise, brush, and floss? Or how about diet, exercise, brush, floss, and see your dentist for regular exams? It may not roll off the tongue, but there are far worse things that could be rolling off your tongue, right down to your heart. Like the very same bacteria that's linked to heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and more. And by the way, to find a dentist nearby, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and learn more about how oral health links to overall wellness so you can live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
You've finally broken loose from work. 3 friends, 1 tea time, and then the text. Honey, there's water in the basement. Not exactly how you pictured your Saturday. That's when you call us, Cincinnati Insurance. We always answer the call because real protection means showing up, even when things are in the rough. Cincinnati Insurance. Let us make your bad day better. Find an agent at CINFIN.com.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Who Sucks Less coming up at 4:30, but first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com. Coming from our question on your neighbor there, Ola Fellows. When I was in my late teens, I went to my folks' home to walk dogs with my mom. As we got down the road, we noticed heavy police activity. Road was closed off, and as we got closer, we saw King County Sheriff's FBI personnel digging up the yard of a neighbor's home. Never met the neighbor, and jokingly said they must be looking for bodies. They're doing a grid search. Not long after we saw in the news that it was, in fact, Gary Ridgway's current residence.
Oh.
He'd been arrested for being the Green River murders.
Yeah.
Have the best time at the Tracyton Movie House this Saturday.
Wow.
Cheers. That from Suzanne with the segue from hell.
By the way, I forgot to mention, when I was a kid, we had a neighbor across the street that was a DC fireman.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm probably like 10 or 11. His kids were really little. Grow up near a fireman, man. It was awesome because he loved fishing, but his kids were too little to really get it.
So he took you?
Oh, yeah. He taught me how to fish. Like all this awesome just stuff because he would work 24 and then have 3 days off.
I like your advice to children. Grow up near a fireman. Do yourself a favor.
Thrill, his arsenal of toy guns was unbelievable. I mean, this was back in the... It was so much fun. Yeah.
Should I bring those Saturday? The Nerf guns. Once you said that, I'm like, they're kind of fun. It doesn't hurt anybody.
Not unless you get shot in the neck.
Nah, they don't hurt too bad, man. I shot a lot of
people in the junk while they were hitting golf balls.
Yeah. All the fellas, I lived in Granite Falls a couple years ago, and I had this neighbor that would get high on meth and get drunk. She would jump on her trampoline, throw knives and hatchets at her trees, and dig holes randomly in the backyard. Good times.
Sounds about right for Granite Falls.
That from Dean. Guys, for about a year, we had a woman living in the house behind us who got her kicks by calling Child Protective Services on random people and then watching them get interrogated.
Jesus, come on.
I was one of them. I just don't get some people.
Wow.
That from Dave. As we move on to the birthdays, brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, getting a birthday request for my sister Melissa. She is turning 27 today. If she can get some dad jokes and the dirty Germans talking about how she got crabs at school.
Yeah.
From her least favorite brother, Brandon. Okay. Dad jokes. Ted, if you woke up in the morning in the woods with Vaseline smeared all over your butt, would you tell anyone?
Yeah?
Who would you tell?
Mike?
Okay. You want to go camping?
Oh, I'm supposed to say no.
That's it.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
What do bees say in the summer? What do bees say in the summer? Swarm, isn't it?
All right, that's pretty good.
Guys, I finally landed a paid gig to participate in a sleep study.
Oh, yeah?
My dream job. What are kidnappers' favorite shoes? What are kidnappers' favorite shoes?
Sneakers?
White Vans. I'm trying to remember what the French word for white is, but my mind keeps going blank. And one more, Ted, I know you're down with these. Have you tried the new corn-flavored nicotine pouch?
I have not.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I like a good maze joke.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
You got more maze jokes? You got a lot of maze jokes now? Yeah, how did you get crabs at school? You slept with a dirty girl. Or you slept with a dirty man. Or you just like seafood. We're not sure.
Yeah, back in my day, if you got some at school, we just called some lice.
Yeah.
I don't know what that goes on at the school you went to.
Fellas, today's my birthday, and I've wanted to email you guys for a number of years. Can I get the lobsters? The lobsters?
The lobsters.
I have absolutely no idea.
And,
Lobster, baby.
And Arnold Mike roasting Miles about his bitch-ass golf game. Thanks for making road trips, commutes, and household work a little bit more bearable. Thanks, guys. That from Cody. Do you want to roast me about my bitch-ass golf game?
Oh, I do. Do you have any roast music you can play over this? This is going to be bad.
Roast music.
Roast music. Are you ready? You want me to roast Miles' golf game? Well, I've seen Miles play golf. I'm not sure what his handicap is, but I'm pretty sure if he told the DMV, they'd give him priority parking.
Oh, damn.
You still sound more like Stewie when he gets close.
Most golfers will shout far when their ball goes off course. Miles just shouts, I did it again!
Yeah.
Miles once asked me to
Well, you
caddy
brought
for
up the fact that I hit another hole in one. You know that, right?
I got one more.
Yeah.
Miles once asked me to caddy for him. It took me 3 holes to figure out he doesn't need a caddy. He needs a new hobby. Thank you. I'm here all week.
In Miles' defense, I was on Cape Cod, and I literally let out a simple, I can't remember if I said, son of a bitch. Or if I'm like, damn it. And somebody goes, what? And I go, oh, Miles actually hit one. And he sent a picture to Mike and I
shared it to the socials.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, we did bring it up, but that was my first. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Well done, Miles.
I will say this, though.
And then
on this one,
I responded, well, that ruins the joke. Thank you.
I know.
Good for you, Miles.
On this one, though, as soon as I hit it, I was like, that's in the hole.
You just knew.
And then I turned to the guys and go, watch this. It's going in the hole. Then, thump, in the hole, and I go, I told you the damn thing was going in the hole. Then I paid for dinner.
What was that hole running?
It was 152. I hit an 8-iron.
That's the sweet spot.
Boom. Afternoon, brethren. I want to give a shout-out to Brack Hildreth today. One guy who really loves baseball and a great husband, dad, and friend. How about Coach Ted talking about some good baseball stats and Miles with some baseball dad jokes? Enjoy your day there, Brock. Love you, brother. That from the Elk Plain Drifter.
All right, I'll be honest with you, Drifter. Coach is confused these days, all right? We got that Ghost Runner on second base. He was the last out in the 9th inning. How did he get there? How did we score it? The Smiths are pissed. And then last night, the game ended in a tie. How do I explain to somebody that somebody went 0 for 3 and was the damn MVP of the game? Hey. Now listen, this is nerdy inside baseball. How do we score it?
Good point.
Oh, that Ghost Runner has been killing my family.
Baseball jokes. Guys, who is the most famous Los Angeles Dodger?
Kurt Gibson.
O.J. Simpson. What's the difference between a Yankee Stadium hot dog and a Fenway Park hot dog?
I don't know.
You can buy a Yankee hot dog in October.
Oh.
Damn. Oh. And finally,
Yeah.
what was the frog doing on the baseball field? What was the frog doing on the baseball field?
I don't know.
Catching flies. Just realized that today I'll become the answer to everything or honor Jackie Robinson, maybe some Coke Ted. The Dirty Germans about why my wiener is now called the answer.
Yeah.
Wow, Dad.
Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now back to the program.
Coke Ted's on the list.
Yeah, moving on.
Legend.
Good afternoon,
Say
ladies.
legend. Sorry, Mike.
Today marks my 68th trip around the huge burning ball in the sky. I've been a faithful listener for 15 years or more. I think it's only fair that you do something for me. I'm not going to ask for much. Maybe a barbershop fish sandwich to drop the beat. And Thrill, could you please tell me to shut my you-know-what mouth? Oh, thanks, fellas, for making me laugh. That from Steve, the old effer from Bremerton.
Can I get a fish sandwich? Oh, you know I gotta eat right. Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? You put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
Drop the beat. Shut your goddamn mouth.
Yes.
Be glad Coke Ted didn't tell you that.
He's a legend.
Coke Ted's not wrong. You just can't say that on the radio.
Correct. I agree.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
You've finally broken loose from work. 3 friends, 1 tea time, and then the text. Honey, there's water in the basement. Not exactly how you pictured your Saturday. That's when you call us, Cincinnati Insurance. We always answer the call, because real protection means showing up, even when things are in the rough. Cincinnati Insurance. Let us make your bad day better. Find an agent at CINFIN.com.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Hey, I'm gum disease. You may know me by my formal name, periodontal disease. No? I can't believe this. No respect. Same story everywhere I go. Over half of all adults in America live with me, and they act like they don't even know I exist. I mean, come on. Whole body health? I am gum disease. I am literally linked to almost every major disease. Diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's. You can't just ignore me.
Find a dentist near you committed to caring about all of you. Visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Now, the men's room wants to know, who sucks less?
Hey, time for Who Sucks Less. Steve Throw, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They always suck. It is up to us, though, to determine out of the 3 stories which one actually sucks the least. Now, if you happen to like KISW on Facebook or follow us on X or Instagram, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
And if you're like most people, you're excited to hear Ted's effing opinion about this. It says all to do with love and sex today. Love and sex. Let's start in China, where a 38-year-old man has been arrested for disguising himself as a woman to lure 1,600 men into sexual encounters, which he then secretly recorded and then distributed online.
Jesus.
Yeah, local police, they detained the suspect on charges of disseminating pornographic content. He'd gained notoriety on Chinese social media under the alias Uncle Red, while Thai users referred to him as Sister Hong, due to the name used on his online profiles. Authorities say the man regularly wore heavy makeup, wigs, long skirts to assume a female identity, luring unsuspecting men to his private residence. Once there, he installed hidden cameras to film the encounters without the victim's consent. In some cases, he also manipulated his voice to resemble that of a woman. Now, these videos were then uploaded to private groups online where users paid a subscription fee for access. Now, the suspect claimed to have filmed the sexual activity of more than 1,600 individuals. Some victims discovered the leaked footage and filed reports with authorities, while the perpetrator reportedly did not demand money from his victims directly. He would ask for small tokens such as, and I'm not making this up, milk or fruit or even cooking oil. Now, the case has sparked outrage across Chinese social media platforms. Despite police warnings against sharing the explicit material, many victims' faces continue to circulate online, with reports that several were identified by friends, family, or even fiancés. Now, under Chinese law, the distribution of porn carries a maximum sentence of 2 years in prison, but he might also face additional charges for violating the privacy and image rights of the individuals involved. 1,600 people upload them to the internet. Now we go to India, where a 55-year-old grandfather of 3 stands accused of eloping with the 22-year-old fiancée of his teenage son and taking his family savings and gold jewelry with him. Shakil, a 55-year-old father of 6 from Rampur village in India, he recently shocked the family by running away with Aisha, the 22-year-old woman from a neighboring village who was initially supposed to marry his son. Now, according to Shabana, that is Shakil's wife, he had insisted on arranging the marriage of their son to this woman, despite her protest concerning financial reasons and her child's young age. His son is 17. Now, still, despite all of that and all the opposition, he remained adamant about the marriage until one day when he called from Delhi to tell his family that he married Aisha himself. His original wife said, quote, "The woman who was supposed to be my daughter-in-law has now become my husband's wife." Anyway, Shakil reportedly visited Aisha often under the pretext of making wedding preparations, but his wife claims to have suspected their affair from the very beginning. However, when she confronted her husband about it, He responded with verbal and even physical abuse. But still, the woman continued gathering evidence. And when he showed the husband showed her son the text between her dad and his fiance, that's when the 17-year-old told his father, the wedding is off. Well, last month, after leaving Delhi on a work-related business, the 55-year-old called his family and let them know that he had, in fact, married Aisha, his son's fiancée. What he did not tell them was that he had also taken the family savings. Oh, yeah. So that's that situation. And then finally, we have a woman who was devastated when she found her husband was having an affair with her son's girlfriend. Now, the heartbroken mom admitted that their marriage had become, quote, somewhat stale over the years for many reasons. But when she inadvertently saw her husband's phone, she was left mortified at what was staring back at her. Their son's girlfriend and her husband had been exchanging X-rated messages, and she says she could not believe her eyes. They'd also been sharing mean and horrible things about her, said at her expense, and her husband had cruelly referred to as, quote, fat and old, and her son's girlfriend responded with LOL. Well, taking it to Reddit, the off my chest, the mom, 41, explained that her husband is 48 and that she was going to refer to him as Paul. Now, she said they've been married for nearly 20 years. They have 2 kids together, and that she referred to as Eric and Mary. She wrote, quote, my marriage with my husband has grown somewhat stale over the years for a myriad of reasons, such as his work schedule and how I've, quote, aged poorly since we first met. Our son Eric has a girlfriend, 18, whom he's been dating since they were freshmen in high school. We'll call her Amy. Eric absolutely adores Amy. She's his first love, and she's someone I've always considered as family. This makes the whole situation emotionally excruciating for me. Last week, I inadvertently saw my husband's phone screen and got a glimpse of the text thread between my husband and our son's girlfriend. I froze in place in complete disbelief. I spent most of the day convincing myself that I must have misread what I saw. Then I also looked at his phone during opportune moments and saw more of their interactions. I wish I had never looked. They were filled with mean and horrible things said at my expense, with him constantly comparing me to her. He would call me fat and old, among other things, with Amy LOLing. The woman said that she's always had paranoid feelings that her husband was cheating, but said she could never in a million years have fathomed something like this.
Okay. This one's tough.
It is tough.
But I've got my own theory on this one.
Okay.
All right. Now, the India situation, that's family. That is your son.
It is, yeah.
You just did that to your son. That was the person that he was supposed to marry, fixed or not. I don't know what the deal is, but
yeah, he was trying to arrange a marriage.
I'm not sure if the kid was devastated. I'm assuming maybe if he had feelings for her, he was. The woman, her husband, 20 years having an affair with their son's girlfriend. That kid's devastated.
The mom's devastated. Everything.
The people in China, even though they did not know that they were being filmed, recorded, and that was going to be distributed online, voluntarily went to this person.
True.
No matter what, whether they were in a relationship or not, the guys that probably went who were not in a relationship, well, I'm sure it's not good, but it's not as bad as it would have been if you have a fiance or a wife or any of those things, right? But you made the decision
to go have sex
with this person.
Yeah.
All right? So that was something you did, and you did not know this person. It was not vindictive about a family member. Yes, you might have cheated on your spouse, whatever, but you still made that decision to do that.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
In a weird way, I know it's 1,600 people.
God, that's
which is an enormous number. That guy's going to go to jail. Mm-hmm. He's going to get his. But in this instance,
was he wearing costumes?
Yeah, they said he'd put on a dress, he'd alter his voice somehow and all this. I mean,
I know that's ridiculous.
But there is a point where you realize it's not a woman.
After you know what?
Right. You see a penis, you go, oh, this is not a woman. So, because the way it reads, he lured them there under the guise that he's a woman. Okay? So I go to your house because you've convinced me you're a woman, you want to have sex with me. Well, like I said, there's a point, like if I'm on video at that point, you see me probably pull back, punch the guy in the face, and leave. Because you got to think they had sex.
Mm-hmm. Something, right?
So whoever was there was like, I don't care, I'm down with it. And did their business.
Yeah, I mean, the Reddit one seems to suck the most.
Yeah.
It's also just, I mean, she just turned 18, so to me that's creepier. At least the other fiance is 22, and I don't know, we don't know that he's known her since she was 14.
Yeah.
I mean, that one seems kind of grooming that girl, but yeah, I mean, I guess in this case, the guy in China, that
You have
That
a good
sucks
theory,
the
Miles.
least.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
got to
it's
go with
the
him.
only way I can think about it.
They volunteered. Not to
They
be
went
on
there.
video.
They did that on their own. They did not have to do that.
Yeah.
They got themselves into it.
Even
Where
though-
the kid doesn't know his dad's having sex with his girlfriend.
Nope.
Who he's been dating since he was a freshman
Freshman in high school, man.
So to me, that's a different level of dirty. Debate continues on Who Sucks Less. If you like KISW on Facebook or follow us on X or Instagram. Okay, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
You've finally broken loose from work. 3 friends, 1 tea time, and then the text. Honey, there's water in the basement. Not exactly how you pictured your Saturday. That's when you call us, Cincinnati Insurance. We always answer the call because real protection means showing up, even when things are in the rough. Cincinnati Insurance. Let us make your bad day better. Find an agent at CINFIN.com.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Hey, I'm gum disease. You may know me by my formal name, periodontal disease. No? I can't believe this. No respect. Same story everywhere I go. Over half of all adults in America live with me, and they act like they don't even know I exist. I mean, come on. Whole body health? I am gum disease. I am literally linked to almost every major disease. Diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's. You can't just ignore me.
Find a dentist near you committed to caring about all of you. Visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up here at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Riders of the London Tube are complaining about how hot it is inside of it, and it looks like efforts to cool it down are actually making it worse.
I will say, the one time I was there, it was so hot.
Really?
Yeah, us too, man. Keep in mind, this is during football season. It was not summer.
Right, it was October when I was there.
Yeah, and I can't explain. Even when you go down into the tunnel, going down the escalator or whatever, you feel the heat coming. And you just cannot believe.
Is it just because it's underground and so all that heat's trapped down in there?
Well, usually when you're underground, the temperature drops a little.
Should.
It should. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the mechanical stuff there, but like they're not. And this, I think they're going through a heat wave too. But it was hot. Yeah, during football.
I mean,
season,
I think
man.
when we were there on Saturday, it was a really nice day, but it was 70s.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was 90s. And I mean, I remember specifically going down there and getting on that thing. It was like I'm going to pass out.
Yeah, you just sit there and sweat. It's very convenient, but I do remember sweating profusely as we were riding from place to place.
But there's the BART, a lot of the BART's underground, a ton of the Metro and DC's underground.
They're not like that, man.
Yeah,
true enough.
Maybe because, I don't
ventilation.
And it's also super old.
That's what I think probably part of it is.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can guess.
Google is rolling out a version of its Gemini compatible with their older OS watches. So basically,
OS.
Yeah, you had those smart watches that were compatible with your older phones, but when they brought up this new Gemini, it's basically, I think it's their Siri, their Alexa,
So you need to have an Android phone.
A Google phone. So this is it's a different one. This is Google.
Oh, yeah, this is Google.
Okay,
This is
Google.
Okay.
And now they're creating a version of Gemini that is now compatible with those older watches.
Ah, okay.
I'm just learning they made a phone.
Yeah. Ted, you actually have a Google phone, don't you?
Oh, you did?
Or did you?
I was one of the few people that had like the Microsoft phone for a while. I forget what that was called.
Gotcha.
I don't know that I ever had a Google phone.
I know my old man got a Google phone.
Do you like it?
I mean, he uses it.
Whatever that Microsoft one was, it never lasted. I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
Just working with the interface and stuff, it just seemed a lot easier.
My dad just cusses at his all the time. But then again, he did that with every phone he ever owned. Yeah. And so I just look at him like he's weird, like, you Google phone, okay. What's the matter there, buddy?
I like it. He just cusses at him. He does that with every phone.
That damn thing. Like, I always have to help him with it. Like, it's just a phone, man.
Yeah, relax. All right.
You know, if you paid a little extra, you'd have a better interface.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to work, man. Hey, way to save $100. Some reports are showing that merely studying and understanding AI doesn't necessarily lead people to embrace it.
Yeah. It's like anything. It's a tool. I can study a hammer. Does not mean I want to be a handyman.
Right. Well, and there's still a stigma with AI, and there's still a fear behind AI that I'm sorry, it's my get off my lawn moment. It's scary.
I mean, it can be. Because, look, in the end, AI does what it does. It's not nearly as smart as people think that it is. Not nearly, but the things that it can do if bad actors get involved.
Sure.
It's like anything. It's like when people talk about guns. I'm like, well, if you're a decent person with a gun, no one worries about it. If you fired the gun at people, that's a problem. So,
right.
It's more the person than AI.
Exactly. If you're struggling with sleep, a new study shows that doing yoga can actually add 2 hours to your sleep.
Really?
Yeah, it's because you're tired from doing all the damn yoga.
Yeah.
I will say I did that back when it was the new hotness and it was all over the infomercials, that P90X.
All right, yeah.
But I did that and they had a yoga day that was on there. I skipped it for the most part because it sucked.
Did that rip you up?
No.
I got buddies that did it, man, and they just look great. I was like, wow, what did you do? P90X.
It kept me in shape because I had gone on a crash diet that lost me like a ton of weight. It's the only time in my adult life that I'd been under 200 pounds.
Oh, damn.
But
Okay.
I did that, and it more maintained my weight. I don't feel like I got any bigger. I didn't, look more toned or anything like that. It just... Maybe I was doing it wrong. I very well could have been doing it wrong. They were great workout programs. They just lasted too damn long. And the yoga, I couldn't get into it. I did it just so I could say, I wanted to be able to say that I did the P90X. I hated the yoga. I had a friend that was like, man, when you really get your mind into it, you really get to relax into it. It can be really, I hated it. I could never get into it. But I will say, I sweat the hardest on yoga days.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It kicks your ass.
I will say, I think you do any workout and nutrition routine and just don't mess around for 90 days, you'll probably see results, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
I did hot yoga there for a hot minute, but
see, and
what about goat yoga?
I would do goat yoga.
If I'm going to do yoga, it would probably be goat yoga.
And the thing is that I did it in my parents' basement. That was the coldest spot that I had access to.
All right.
And I still sweat like crazy. And to this day, I don't know how and why people do hot yoga. I was sweating so damn much, dude, and I was in a nice, cool, air-conditioned place, and I was dying. I don't know how you go into a place that intentionally makes it hotter.
It was intense.
I'll bet.
Do it on the London Tube.
And maybe that helps with the experience. Maybe that helps get you kind of out of your mind a little bit. A little dehydration will help kind of get your
mind
right
does
for it.
different things when you're dehydrated, yes.
That is a fact.
Mine generally was just like, let's stay alive.
Right. Let's get through this.
Oh, because people would always be like, there's so many hot chicks at yoga and stuff. And I'm like, I'd go with my one buddy and his girl, and I'm like, I'm in a hot yoga class. I'm fighting for my life in there.
Nice.
Like there is, I noticed them before, but during, I'm just like, I'm just trying to just do something.
Trying to keep it together, man. I feel like as we go throughout our lives, we all have little flaws that we see with ourselves, and some of them are not controllable. So let's go over it.
The Men's Top 10. The Men's Top 10.
The top 10 design flaws in the human body. Now, this is gonna sound like I'm judging, though I swear I'm not. Let's just call this a vocal observation, shall we? There's quite the tall woman who walks in and out of this building on the daily, and she is the human version of a flamingo. Sweet Mother Mary. Very attractive human, but the cosmic bakers managed to make her so gosh darn knock-kneed. She looks like one of those stilt houses on the shores of a North Carolina town that's about to cave in on itself. How does she just not start breaking apart like the T-1000 in Terminator 2 after it starts walking through the liquid nitrogen? You just want to cut her off at the knees and start over. Bless her soul.
Good Lord.
He's not wrong.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, real good-looking lady. She looks like she's 12 feet tall, man, but her knees basically touch when she walks.
Yeah.
It looks uncomfortable.
Oh, boy. So these are 10 design flaws in the human body, and they start us with an unsound spine. It says our spines are a mess. It's a wonder that we can even walk. Let's see here. When our ancestors walked on all fours, their spines arched like a bow to withstand the weight of the organs suspended below, but then we stood up. That threw the system out of whack by 90 degrees, and the spine was forced to become a column. Next, to allow for bipedalism, it curved forward at the lower back, and to keep the head in balance so that we didn't walk around as if we were doing the limbo. The upper spine curved in the opposite direction. This change put a tremendous pressure on the lower vertebrae, sticking about 80% of adults, according to one estimate, with lower back pain.
I'll tell you the design flaw that we don't have armadillo-like armor around our testicles.
Wait for it.
Oh, okay.
How about my tail back?
Huh. Yeah. We have a tailbone.
Right.
Give me the appendage.
It's like, I don't know. Is she interested? Well, is her tail wagging?
No.
Miles had sex with a woman without a tail.
Yes,
Sure
he
did. He's like, look at that thing.
Look at that.
What is it?
Was it like just a little nub? Was it like clearly there?
It looked like it had been removed.
I know.
But it looked like an Audi. You know?
Just
Like
sitting right
they
up there.
cut the umbilical cord just too far from the body.
Right on top of the Grand Canyon, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah. I mean, definitely was a tail.
An inflexible knee. They say you take the most complex joint in the body and put it between two huge levers, the femur and the tibia, and you're looking for trouble. The upshot is your knee only rotates in two directions, forward and back. That's why every major sport except maybe rugby makes it illegal to clip or hit an opponent's knee from the side.
Yeah.
It's kind of essential to everything that we do, and it is that brittle.
You're reading this, and it's like, it just makes me nervous.
It does.
Like, I felt fine, and now you're reading this, like, oh, my God. My legs are going to break. My back is...
Well, and there's so much that's complicated that's in there. Like, honestly, just this last week, the wife and I were watching wrestling. This dude, he goes off the top rope, and he lands on both feet. He lands on both feet, then immediately drops. There's something that blew out in his knee. How can you land directly on both feet, and then it blows out something that you got in there? He's got like an ACL or an MCL tear or something like that.
That was Rollins, right?
That was Rollins.
Yeah, I saw that. That was brutal. Yeah, the knee's just not well designed.
No, it's not. It's a horrible design flaw. In fact, these are 10 design flaws in the human body, too narrow of a pelvis. They say the problem is childbirth hurts. And to add insult to injury, the width of a woman's pelvis has not changed for some 200,000 years, keeping our brains from growing larger. So it's all your fault, ladies. Get bigger pelvises. That way we can start getting smarter.
Oh, you got that tiny pelvis. That baby going to be stupid.
And then here you go, Steve. Exposed testicles.
It's just, I mean, it just blows my mind because they're so sensitive. It hurts so bad. And here's my thing. Like, look, if it's going to hurt that bad to get hit in them, either, if I'm redesigning the human body, either armor plate that bad boy or remove the nerves in your testicles so that if they do get hit, it's not that much pain.
Right. Their problem with it is literally one sentence: a man's life-giving organs hang vulnerably outside of the body.
Yeah.
And not consistently either. You know, the purse, as it were, is
always a little crooked or something.
It's a smart type of tissue there where it's like, oh, it's cold outside. Let me just bring these bad boys inside. Oh, it's warm outside.
You must have the perfect temperature.
Let's go ahead and see what the knees are doing. Right? They'll go and check things out. It's like, no, man. We got the Fabergé eggs in there. We can't just be having this out
up
there.
And down, up and down.
And our stupid asses, we made it a game to knock the things around.
I know. I'm going to hit you.
Right. Hey, there's my buddy. Yeah, look, he's in pain. 10 design flaws of the human body. Crowded teeth. Here's the problem. Humans typically have 3 molars on each side of the upper and lower jaws near the back of the mouth. When our brain drastically expanded in size, the jaw grew wider and shorter, leaving no room for the third, furthest back molars. These cusped grinders may have been useful before we learned to cook and process food, but now the wisdom teeth, as they are, mostly just get painfully impacted in the gums.
Yeah.
My dentist has been telling me for years that I need to get mine removed. I'm like, I'm an adult. I can't do that anymore.
Well, get them removed?
Yeah.
You can get them removed.
I know. But I have a job that I got to go to. I can't get all hopped up one day because I'm going to get my molars removed.
Well, I did. I made that mistake. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Set a dentist appointment, go to the dentist. I didn't know they were going to numb me up.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I got to work, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the show.
Good day to you and yours.
And I chewed the inside of my cheek. Because you can't feel it, right? Because I was trying to eat a roast beef sandwich. My wife even said, wait.
yeah, baby. Okay, but you mean like lunch?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm chewing the inside of my cheek, man. I'm like, oh my God, it sucks. Yeah.
You ever had it when they were numbing up your teeth and you getting a feeling or whatever like that, but they were numbing up your mouth and then some of it slips down the back of your throat?
Yes, and then your throat goes numb.
You feel dehydrated for the next 6 hours?
Yeah.
It's awful. Don't swallow. I can. It's falling down there.
Let's try.
Let's cry. Meandering arteries. Blood flows into each of your arms and legs via one main artery, which enters the limb on the front side of the body by the biceps or the hip flexors. To supply blood to tissues at a limb's backside, such as the triceps and hamstrings, the artery branches out, taking circuitous routes around bones and bundling itself with nerves. This roundabout plumbing can make for some rather annoying glitches. At the elbow, for instance, an artery branch meets up with the ulnar nerve, which animates your little finger just under the skin. That's why your arm goes numb when the lower tip of your upper arm bone, called the humerus or funny bone, takes a big old sharp blow.
Huh. Interesting. Who designed the human body?
The big man. The big man.
Great work, bud.
What is about the fact that you've got, what is the thing that always explodes on people?
Oh, the appendix.
The appendix.
It does something. We recently figured it out.
I know, but does it? Because a lot of people don't have one.
Like it creates bile or something like that?
Or it deals something with bacteria. I don't remember, but here's the
Tonsils.
thing. But you can live without it.
Right.
Tonsils. Yeah, tonsils. Oh, I got to remove those. Why'd I have them?
They go with the misplaced voice box. The trachea and esophagus open into the same space, the pharynx, which extends from the nose and the mouth to the larynx, which is your voice box. To keep food out of the trachea, a leaf-shaped flap called the epiglottis reflexively covers the opening of the larynx whenever you swallow. But sometimes the epiglottis isn't fast enough. If you're talking and laughing while eating, food may slip down and get lodged in your airway, causing you to choke. And if you get older, you need to eat, swallow, and then talk.
Then speak.
Because that's how emergencies happen.
Yes. Whatever age you are, nothing is that important. Chew the food.
Yeah, just do it first.
And then I'll leave you with this final design flaw in the human body. They call it a kluggy brain. The human brain evolved in stages. As new additions were being built, older parts had to remain online to keep us up and running, explains a psychologist. And that live-in construction project led to a slapdash workaround. It's as if the brain were a dysfunctional workplace where young employees handled newfangled technologies like language while the old guard oversaw the institutional memory and the fuse boxes in the basement. A few outcomes were depression, madness, unreliable memories, and a confirmation bias.
By the way, Mike, a texter, and I agree with this. It says the alternate title to today's top 10, How the F Are We Alive?
Honestly, that was the fix for the brain, was like, we're screwed.
Hey, if Panda Bears can make it, we can too.
You know what? That is true. If those
That's all you need to know.
dumb-ass, roly-poly, I mean, look, I think they're cute, and I don't dislike Panda Bears. People misunderstand. I like them as much as anybody. I just don't understand how they have survived anything.
Look, we talk about the dodo, and dodo is used as a reference of this big stupid thing that killed itself.
Yeah.
Panda bears would be the next thing on that list if we didn't actually take a concerted effort to do this.
I agree, man. They're so dumb.
They would be the next dodo. A young man in Turkey is proof that you should listen to your doctor just a little bit more, Miles.
Why is that?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, if we manage to drink it time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast teamwork, namely a partnership between the video game Fortnite and Marvel Studios' upcoming movie, Fantastic Four. And it's all about skins, you see. Skins, if you don't know, those are cosmetic items that alter the appearance of a character without affecting gameplay. And if you have a kid, it's all about the skins. I want to get this skin, I want to get that skin, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can earn skins by completing challenges, and, of course, you can purchase them. Anyway, Marvel Studios, they have licensed the Fantastic Four uniforms to be used as skins on Fortnite. But the reason we're toasting them is for their promo, which reads, quote, Fantastic Four skins are coming to Fortnite.
All right.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe you're able to get yours back.
Damn. Yeah, Fantastic Four skins, kids. Ask for them. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola bitchola. All right, it's going to get tested on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
You've finally broken loose from work. 3 friends, 1 tea time, and then the text. Honey, there's water in the basement. Not exactly how you pictured your Saturday. That's when you call us, Cincinnati Insurance. We always answer the call, because real protection means showing up, even when things are in the rough. Cincinnati Insurance. Let us make your bad day better. Find an agent at CINFIN.com.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Hey, I'm gum disease. You may know me by my formal name, periodontal disease. No? I can't believe this. No respect. Same story everywhere I go. Over half of all adults in America live with me, and they act like they don't even know I exist. I mean, come on. Whole body health? I am gum disease. I am literally linked to almost every major disease. Diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's. You can't just ignore me.
Find a dentist near you committed to caring about all of you. Visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
If you're still waiting for a sign, here's another one. At California Psychics, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work for us. So we only connect you with the best. That's how we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Dramatic sound effect incoming. Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen, throw a hook to please everyone out. Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Ray. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello, guys.
Hola. All right, Ray, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir, I do.
Fantastic. Today, you have one of 3 categories to choose from. We have Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally today, license to spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
I'd like to go license to spill, please.
Firefighters were called to a stretch of an interstate in Pennsylvania after a crash involving 3 tractor trailers resulted in product being spilled across a 200-yard area. The Snowshoe Fire Department said that the Pennsylvania State Police notified Clearfield County that a crash had occurred at mile marker 145 on eastbound I-80, leaving a debris field covering an area of about 200 yards. Firefighters arrived on the scene and determined that one of the trucks had been hauling cargo and was split wide open with debris all over the roadway. Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, they had the area of the road shut down for cleanup operations. Now, fire officials said they determined that no hazmat response was needed, but all cargo will be headed to a landfill as the load was deemed unsalvageable. The question is, what spilled all over the road? Was it mozzarella cheese? Was it tomatoes? Was it fortune cookies? Or was it frozen meatballs? So mozzarella cheese, tomatoes, fortune cookies, or frozen meatballs, what spilled out of the truck and 200 yards down the road?
What was the last one?
Frozen meatballs.
Oh.
Mozzarella cheese, tomatoes. What was the third one?
Fortune cookies.
Fortune cookies.
Fortune cookies.
What do you guys think?
I think since no cleanup was required, fortune cookies.
That's unfortunate.
You said no cleanup was required.
No hazmat was required.
Oh.
Yeah, I was there to clean,
Yeah.
clean the product. But yeah, there's nothing hazardous, is what they said.
Man, I mean, first of all, it sounds like one giant meatball sub with fortune cookies. I'm going to say frozen meatballs.
Frozen meatballs.
The meatballs.
All right, Ray, what are you thinking?
I'll take mozzarella sticks.
Okay. What was spilled all over the highway there? Mozzarella cheese, tomatoes, fortune cookies, or frozen meatballs? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Categories license to spill on profile list. We get 3 trucks that either arrived in a wreck or overturned on a PA interstate. Spilling a food product.
Yes.
Question is, was it mozzarella cheese, tomatoes, fortune cookies, or frozen meatballs?
And Ray, we pose that very question to you. Let us start with the Ted Smith. You went for the old meatballs. It was not meatballs. Miles Montgomery, you went with fortune cookies. It was not fortune cookies. And Ray, you specifically said mozzarella cheese sticks. I'll accept that as well. I just said cheese, but I like where your head's at.
It was
you
a
are
cheese.
correct.
Get out of here.
Oh, mozzarella.
Hey, come on.
I think it was that farm style.
Were you hungry for a meatball sub when you came up with the other options?
Was it that obvious?
Yes, a little bit, yeah. Seriously. Frozen meatballs, tomatoes, mozzarella. Just eat some rolls.
Yeah.
Just came up with it in the grocery store. Exactly. Just walking around like, what else can I
am I hungry?
It sounds good, right?
I mean, that's
now.
where my brain went. I'm like, well, it's cheese. And then I immediately thought, well, tomatoes, and some meatballs. Now throw in fortune cookies. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got Seth Meyers, the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Tomlinson,
Taylor,
writers,
Mike,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. As I always guess, have teams of talents and writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Last week at Key West, a man celebrated his 57th birthday by smoking meth, stealing a trolley, driving around town, picking up tourists, or as they call it in Florida, just a birthday party.
Fallon. Ted Smith.
Smith.
Damn it.
A nudist group in Pittsburgh over the weekend held its annual Bees Out bowling event. Because who hasn't hung out in a bowling alley and thought, I wish all these people were naked?
Seth Meyers.
Fallon? Seth.
A nudist group in Pittsburgh over the weekend held its annual Balls Out bowling event because who hasn't hung out at a bowling alley and thought, I wish all these people were naked?
And some personal news, the TSA says sweating can set off security machines and require additional screening. They've added it's only a problem if you sweat more than 3.4 ounces.
Fallon.
Yeah, is that Fallon?
That is Fallon.
The TSA said that excess sweating can set off their security machines and require an additional screening. Now, they added, but it's only a problem if you sweat more than 3.4 ounces.
We had somebody email into the podcast, brand new episode out, and they asked about the sweating and the hot bees.
Oh, you. Yeah.
So Cobb and Matt were like, what are they talking about? And I was like, it came up on the men's room. This guy just went to the source. Happens to him, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it just at the airport?
Well, where else would you know?
Or is it all the time?
I mean, I generally run hot in my pits and in my groin, like down there.
Did you know that you ran hot down there, or was it after the airport enhanced their security? You were like, oh, I guess I'm hot down there, too.
It didn't shock me.
Okay.
But it's just funny. You could draw a triangle between the red dots. So they don't seem to worry about your underarms. It's just, what do you got in there? It's like, no. That's why I do this point. I go, it's fine. You can do it out here. Use the back of your hand. It's fine. Authorities in France have arrested a man 3 days after he escaped from a prison by hiding in a cellmate's laundry bag the day he was released. Now, the question is, how do you punish someone who voluntarily got into a French prisoner's dirty laundry?
Colbert.
Kimmel.
Seth Meyers.
Authorities in France have arrested a man 3 days after he escaped from prison by hiding in a cellmate's laundry bag the day he was released. Now, the question is, how do you punish someone who voluntarily got into a French prisoner's dirty laundry?
So it's kind of odd, right? Sometimes you talk about stuff and then it happens, right? So we've been talking about the hot bees and it's setting off the alarm. Now the TSA had to come out and make a statement that's like, yeah, if you're running hot or sweaty, it does set off our alarms. Like, okay, thought that was all it was. And then the other day in the office, we were talking about scary things.
Yes.
And I just said, I'm not big on a lot of scary stuff, but we were talking about some different towns around Maryland and Pennsylvania where we grew up. One was Ellicott City. We told this story. And then I looked it through. I said, the other one that really gives me the creeps is Gettysburg. I have been to Gettysburg before. In the evening time, it is super spooky. They do the ghost tours. And then we were talking about that.
And it's also known as one of the most haunted places in the U.S., because of the Civil War battle and how many people died there. So, like, in the world of haunted places, Gettysburg always ranks in the top three.
But there's so many people who tell the story. So it's not just like it happened once or twice.
Oh, no. I mean, that's right.
I mean, I told you, man, my buddy Johnny Panzarella, His wife is
Panzarella.
Is that a real name?
That is his
He's
real
Sounds
Italian.
like a
He's as
TV.
Italian
I
as
know.
Italian.
It sounds like you're talking about the
Johnny
Fods.
Panzarella is as Italian as it gets.
That's better than my buddy Chris Catucci.
His wife is Edie, and her parents are from there. And he's like, I swear to God, man, we sleep in the basement, and stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Stuff's going on, man. He's like, he is not that guy. He is a man's man.
Right.
He does not believe in any crap. If he's like, oh, yeah, what are you doing out there, Bigfoot land? Like he doesn't believe that crap. But this, he was, honest to God, ghosts live there. That's exactly what he said.
All right. So now the Annabelle doll.
Right.
So the guy that has the doll, that's like a famous ghost hunter, he's taken the doll to Gettysburg for a 3-day stint.
Just take this again. The Annabelle doll, which is a real doll, and he took it to Gettysburg.
Correct.
I'm just
two of the more like haunted things I would say in this country. Yeah. Well, he passed away unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
He was accompanying the doll on the tour. He's a paranormal investigator. So look, who knows, right? Could have just been a cardiac event or whatever.
What did
but the
they
guy
think
was 54, right? Didn't seem to have a lot of health issues, and it's like you're traveling with what some people would consider a legit haunted doll.
It doesn't matter how he died.
In a haunted town.
It doesn't matter how he died. If he had a stroke, if he got hit by a car, if a meteor came down and hit him in the head, it doesn't matter. The guy died there.
Right.
Doesn't matter the cause.
Dan Riviera was.
Do they know what the cause was? Have they figured it out yet?
No, I'm sure if I Googled it right now, there might be some new info, but just that he died unexpectedly at 54.
Even if he choked, I don't know. On a
No,
hot
wait.
dog.
Did he die there? Or
He died there.
He died
so
there.
He was
There.
physically there.
Correct.
With the doll.
It wasn't like he left and he was just there. He was there with the doll. He's dead. So it doesn't matter what in the hell happened. The guy is dead.
Why does the doll still exist? All right. I mean, honestly.
Would you take it?
No, that's what I mean. And look, I'm not particularly paranoid or worried, but there's certain like I would not spend a night at the Amityville house if it's still there. I don't know if it is. I would not allow that doll to stay in my home. There's just certain things where I go, look, I don't know, but I do know enough to know that if everybody thinks this thing is bad, I don't want any part of it, right?
I carried.
That's all it is.
I carried two 12 packs of Milwaukee's Best Light up the Exorcist steps in Georgetown, very slowly. Like I walked up those steps slow. I did not want to fall down those steps.
Yeah,
that was the only thing I was thinking. Like a wind gust suddenly will blow me back.
Well, and remember that house was close to where my buddy Bernie grew up. That house randomly caught fire and burned down. They've never rebuilt. It's just a park on it now. So you can go there at night and be creeped out if you want.
Would you, so say they did rebuild it, brand new house, perfect specs. You go, man, this is the house of my dreams.
Poltergeist.
Once they say, oh, by the way, this is on the property where the actual Exorcist house was. But there's zero chance of
I've
that.
been to that park once.
All right.
Because Bernie was dating a girl, she had a friend, and they wanted to go.
Okay.
I've never been to that. I've driven by it 100 times, probably 1,000 times, right? Because he grew up right where my mom did, and like a bunch of people we knew. But I only stopped in that park once because there was a girl involved.
Would you spend a night, if someone said this is a haunted house, would you spend a night there? And I don't mean abandoned and cobwebs and all that kind of crap in the movies. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe somebody lives there, like spend a night in the basement. Jesus, dude, you lived in a basement where two people had died separately.
Correct.
That to me, once I find out information like that, I'm not sleeping down here, man. There's no way I'm going to find people. That's just a little weird.
It is. Both situations is just necessity.
Right.
I needed to live in Baltimore. That was the best option. It was $150 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They overcharged it.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to that doll now?
I don't.
Honestly. Would you
guess,
pick it up? Would you put it in a garbage bag? I don't even put it in a garbage bag.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Who are you going to give it to? Who's going to take it?
Honestly, I would call in the bomb squad and incinerate it.
Would you be
Mike,
comfortable doing it?
I don't know, man. Ed and Lorraine Warren, like they didn't destroy it. They kept it in a glass cage to contain the evil spirit within it.
You can put an evil spirit in a glass cage.
But isn't that part of the Conjuring that doll was still somehow getting out of the case?
Well, no. That's not how it went. It was more about the events that happened surrounding the doll. There was just a lot of paranormal stuff that happened in the homes of where the doll was at.
Okay.
But they did keep it in the glass case, which seemed to contain the spirit that was in it, or at least they believed it did. But now that this guy's taking it out on tour,
How did this guy get his hands on it?
Because that's what he does.
And
He's like the main guy.
No, but
He was.
If I'm someone who had the doll, I have it in this glass case, and my thought is, whatever evil spirit is in this thing, this glass case contains it. Right? I don't know how it works, but say that's how it works. And then you come to me, whoever you are, and you say, "Hey, I want to take it on tour." No, you're not listening to me. There's an evil goddamn spirit in it, man.
Annabelle is owned by the New England Society for Psychiatric Research.
All right.
So they did not blame the doll for his death.
Of course they did.
I give it to a priest, minister, pastor. You're like, here, you got the power. You take care of this.
If I'm a priest, I'm like, don't bring that damn doll in my church.
Exactly.
Get that thing the hell out.
I see you're
Literally, damn doll.
Yeah.
Evil spirits come out my ass. Come on. Do your job.
Again, when The Exorcist happened, right, my mom, she was part of that parish.
Yeah.
She, to this day, will claim that the priest in that parish told her, right, and many times during a Catholic church, the priest will raise his arms to signal everybody to stand up, whether you're kneeling or sitting. She says that priest contended when that girl was possessed that he could not raise his arms above his shoulders. Like there was a force holding him down. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, those are some of
Then
the
he had 2 Tommy John surgeries, and everything was fine.
I don't know, but why mess with it?
That's kind of where I'm at.
You know, if you go camping and everyone says, dude, I'm telling you, Bigfoot, he's within this, 10-acre area. We know that, we believe this to be true.
Legend has it he's killed 50 people.
Are you going to camp there? Like, I'm not.
No. He loves s'mores, whatever else.
Right.
I'm not going to do it. Why
again, with like all the shark stuff and Shark Week coming up, it's kind of like when I was just on Cape Cod, right? The beach I was at. Everybody in my family made fun of me. They said I was frolicking. And I looked scared in the ocean.
Did any of them get in the water?
My cousin did, because she had to swim.
So your family's making fun of you, but
my
none
aunt
of
didn't get
them
in the water.
would even get in the water.
They were like, yeah, you're frolicking. But my point is, I was the only one in the ocean besides my cousin who was swimming off to like a dock and back. There's nobody around me. And I was like, I'm worried, because we're talking about great whites.
A dock. That's where the actual shark attack people. The one that's based on Jaws.
So their whole point is you don't have to be scared because we're in the inner Cape.
No.
The sharks don't come in here. And then on July 4th, on the inner Cape, 2 girls were paddleboarding, and guess what was circling below them? A great white.
Yes. That was the whole premise of the actual Jaws.
Right.
Jaws swam up a river and started eating people in a tributary.
In Jersey.
It wasn't even in the ocean.
Right.
It just swam upriver and started eating people who were swimming off their docks.
Right. And when you look at New Smyrna Beach, while it's the shark bite capital of the world, they're black tips and lemon sharks. So almost everybody survives.
Right.
A great white makes that mistake and take Ted's leg. Ted's dead.
Yes.
But again,
Goodbye, Ted.
it's how you, I'm just trying to say it's how you risk, or how you, risk stuff. Like, I felt okay doing it there. Would I spend the night in a house that somebody has assured me is haunted? I don't know. I don't know that I would spend the night in Stephen King's house.
Did your frolicking relatives see the story about the 2 paddleboard? So 2 women are on a paddleboard. The one turns around to take a picture of her friend. There is a dorsal fin in the lower right-hand corner of this picture of a great white. I'm not even sure they saw it at that moment.
I don't think they did.
They did eventually.
She only noticed because her friend's face changed.
Correct. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that was basically where you were.
Correct.
So did you send them? Did they see this
I
story?
sent it to him. She still swam her triathlon, her leg of it.
All
Did
right.
good.
All right.
Did anybody watch the All-Star game last night?
I did
not.
No.
All right. I was taping a podcast, but then when it was over, it's the 9th inning, it's tied up. No more ties in All-Star games. Remember, that was one of the worst things that ever happened to the All-Star game. So they had a swing-off.
All right.
Right? There's going to be 6 guys from each team. You get 3 pitches. You can take as many as you want. You get 3 swings.
So like the home run derby.
Correct, except there's no timer, and you could take pitches.
Is there anyone in the outfield? Anyone in the infield?
No, it's just Miles, you would have loved it. They set up an L screen.
Okay.
And had somebody throw BP.
Start shucking.
All right.
And
Okay.
there was hey, look, is it gimmicky? Yes. I thought it was awesome. I sat there, watched the end of it. I was like, this is great.
So who won? I didn't pay attention.
The National League won because Schwarber, I think it was tied going into the last round, and he hit three swings, 3 home runs.
Damn. Okay.
So what's the final score? Like 21-18 or something?
Nah, I think it was like 9-6.
All right.
Or something. It was pretty good. But hey, look, it's an all-star game. Hockey did a great job this year with the 4 nations. So for baseball, I think this is a good thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you're a casual fan, it gets people excited. I don't know that I'd go as far as to do this in regular season games.
No.
But for the All-Star game,
Okay.
I thought it was freaking awesome. Tonight, I don't generally recommend you watch the ESPYs because if you watch sports, you know who most of the awards are going to. But my guy Shane Gillis is hosting. I hope he steps up and takes some good shots at people. He's friends with all those athletes, but come on, Shane, dig into him.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, hero.
There will be no foul-ups on my show. Come on.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. West Virginia love triangle involves brass knuckles and a pink camouflage gun. Meanwhile, a man gets a hair transplant, but he ignores the warnings of sexy time fun. To Lacey, where cops have to give Narcan to a dog. Rescue puppy goes on Today's Show to prove why he's a little hog. And a man steals an excavator so he can basically steal an ATM. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Our top story. We got a Turkey where a doctor's advice should be heeded. A young man is going viral online for his actions following a hair transplant procedure. He was given strict orders to go easy on himself and not do too much physical activity as the increased heart rate and blood pressure could potentially reopen his healing incisions, leading to all kinds of infections and complications. Among those things that he was told to avoid, sex.
No.
But being a man, our boy elected to ignore that advice when opportunity knocked, and he went to bed at night having put another notch on his belt. But the problem started when he woke up to find his head had swollen up like it had been, quote, his own words, stung by 100 bees.
Wow.
He frantically started Googling STI symptoms before he realized that it was a side effect of his hair transplant. The swelling did go down after a couple of weeks, giving him plenty of time to rethink his actions.
Damn, man.
So, like, I get where he's at. Like, hey, man, when duty calls, I'll answer. Like, maybe ride the bench for a little while, bud.
Get back to your coolness in a couple weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know where you're at. I get it.
We get it. I completely get it. And
Hey,
it's hard to turn it down.
Talk to her about it. Maybe she'll help you out. Like, hey, man, I've got a few weeks that I got to wait out for this
I'm
thing.
going to say it wasn't a girlfriend or a wife.
No.
It's just, you know.
This was a crime of opportunity. Absolutely.
I mean, what are you going to say if she's like, hey, man, I really want to do this thing. Like, I would love to, but I just got new hair implant. Like, I mean, there's nothing cool about it.
Walk it off.
Yeah.
Don't even put yourself in that position.
You know what? Maybe that.
Just walk away from it altogether. In other news, when it comes to stealing automated teller machines, the question that comes to my mind is how in the world do they plan on getting inside of it? These things are not exactly easy to bust open. Well, one man in Portland figured it out, and it landed him a few more charges. Authorities arrived on the scene of a local bank where someone had managed to break into a drive-through ATM. They didn't have to work too hard to put together what our criminal mastermind did, as there was an excavator that had been stolen from a nearby construction site still running outside of the building. Our man used the arm of the excavator to bash his way into the ATM, damaging the bank itself in the process, by the way, before he fled the scene with $58,000 in stolen cash.
That's how much is in an ATM. That just seems like a tremendous amount.
They say that's the top number.
That's so this thing was just fresh filled.
Exactly. He knew that thing had been filled up.
Yeah.
You don't waste your time because the least amount is like 1,000.
Sure.
And then it sets off some kind of alarm, like fill this thing back up.
Right. Damn.
Bring the truck out.
$8,000.
Dude, they rip those things off all the time. It's amazing to me that more of those aren't taken from the guys who do the smash and grab on the weed stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just the fact that the Hyundai they steal, not strong enough to yank it out with a chain.
Yeah,
you'll rip the bumper off, you know?
Golly. But police did quickly catch up with him and arrested him on multiple charges. Which that's... You did it. You won. You crashed the thing open. You grabbed 58 grand in cash. How are you still caught?
I don't know. I do not know.
Damn it. To West Virginia, where the love triangles are dangerous. There's side note, there's 4 people involved in this particular story. I read
love
through
square,
it.
love rectangle.
Well, no, there's the love triangle that's in trouble right now, and they have a victim. Right.
Ah, okay.
So you have 2 girls, 1 guy, and then 1 victim. The story goes that the victim went to the home of one of the 2 women, and the 2 got into a verbal altercation about an earlier issue, basically that they had been dating the same dude. I don't know if it's about the same dude that's in this story, but the 2 of them at some point were apparently dating the same guy. The 2 hashed it out and went to bed that night with the victim believing that it was all water under the bridge at that point, that they worked out everything that they needed to. This was not so. At 1:30 in the morning, the victim had the sheets ripped off of her bed and was brought into the living room of the home, where she was met with the woman that she had the argument with, her boyfriend, and the second woman involved in this love triangle. who was brandishing a red set of brass knuckles with a blade attached.
Oh.
And she began a line of questioning about a subject that the victim had zero knowledge of. She's like, I don't know anything about this. However, they were threatening violence if she lied about it, which means I'm going to hurt you if you don't say exactly what I want you to say.
That is exactly what that means, yes.
I don't know anything about this. Don't lie or I'll... what was it? Bash you in your frontal or something like that. Like she was going to crash her right upside the head with this doggone thing. The victim just went along with everything that was said. Like she didn't even try to dispute anything, didn't try to explain the situation. She would, oh, yep, that was me. I totally did that. All in an effort to keep her from getting hit. But at the end, a pink camouflage handgun was produced, which the other woman took from her love triangle sister, who told her that 3 rounds in it should be enough to do the job.
Oh. Jesus.
Side note, if you need 3 rounds to do the job that you're talking about,
you're not very good.
You're not good at it, especially when when the person is your captive. At
do you
this
think
point.
someone said, I think one would do it?
It just sounds like a Friday night.
Oh, no.
I mean, seriously.
In West Virginia?
I'm from there.
That was not far from where you grew up,
Dude,
was it?
You can buy brass knuckles at any gas station in West Virginia.
Oh, my God.
30 case in front, along with trucker speed and a lighter that's shaped like a hand grenade.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Anyway, eventually the victim informed them that she was pregnant, which was enough to break up the action and get the 3 to leave to procure her a pregnancy test, which is when the authorities were contacted. The 3 are now facing several charges. I don't know why.
All 3 left?
All freaking 3 of them had to, don't leave or we'll shoot you.
All 3 of them left.
And all 3 of them took off.
Look, man, I don't encourage anything they did, but you could have been more efficient with it.
Be smarter about it.
I can't imagine we have a kidnapping victim where all of us are going to go to get this thing for you to prove. No, you keep whatever.
And it ain't that serious. You two are with the same dude, so why are y'all upset about these 2 dating the same guy?
She's lucky that they are stupid.
No kidding.
It really comes down to that.
Oh, wait a minute. She's pregnant? Well, we got to get a test to see if
all
she's
of us
lying.
got to go.
All right, everybody pile in the car.
So what has she been doing with that gun? I got a pink gun. It's got 3 rounds in it. Like,
What's she doing?
What happened to those other bullets? Has she just been popping off rounds? Like, oh, there's 3 left.
Yeah. Just shooting at the fence post.
Like nobody goes, I'm going to load my gun with 3 rounds.
Well, normally if you're going to practice, you just go in your backyard. So,
oh, sure. Yeah, that's not weird. But just in case those stories leave a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
We stick close to home for this one and give some love to the Lacey Fire Department. As always, the story gets bad before it gets good. Crews found a small puppy unresponsive inside of a car that had fentanyl present inside of it. Remaining calm and relying on their training, crew members were able to use a little bit of Narcan and a tender hand to bring the puppy back to life. Como News has also reported that the puppy has since recovered after the Narcan dose, which they said, like, we don't normally use Narcan on animals, but these guys knew what they were doing. They managed to save a little puppy's life.
Most people do not use Narcan on animals, but if that's an animal situation, I can't think of anything better.
Also, most people probably don't have fentanyl around their animals either.
You know, that's kind of a good point.
That's a strong point, Mike. Strong.
Honestly, I looked at photos of this puppy. I was like, I'm going to end up adopting this doggone thing. I know it. My wife's going to take one look like, we need to bring him home. No.
So, yes.
Yeah.
He's a little junkie.
Ours is getting a little long in the tooth there. He needs a buddy.
Uh-oh.
Men's Room Sports, WNBA basketball is underway over on CBS Sports. Summer League basketball is over on ESPN and NBA Network. And the Sounders are in action tonight, not on Apple TV. They are over on FS1 tonight.
Oh, nice.
A little bit more public game there. As far as your weather, you got clear skies on the low of 59 tonight, making for another beautiful day tomorrow. Should be clear skies, sunny, and a high of 85. That's it for your headlines with that, Mike Hawkins.
We'll see you next time for the return of Big Dummy and the head chef's back with Ted's Meat and Potatoes. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed, it is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man! A double flush. With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This summer, chill out with Klosstaler, the original game changer in non-alcoholic beer. Whether you're into crisp and classic, bold IPA vibes, or that fresh grapefruit twist, Klosstaler's got a flavor to match your mood. And hey, want to ride with the pioneer of non-alcoholic beer in a new way? We're giving away a custom Klosstaler beach bike. Just text BIKE to 833-426-1559 for your chance to win. Klosstaler, natural brewing, refreshing living. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 21 plus only. Restrictions apply.